Live button now. There we go.
Sure, why not?
But yeah, like that's one of those ones where it's like, I mean, they all kind of seem retarded. It's, how do you tell the difference? Um, yeah, that one got me because it's one of those things where it looks like that kid's maybe just a little under junior high age. I
Yeah,
mean, maybe
yeah,
maybe I'm maybe they're older, but it seems like they might be like just at the tail end of grade school, maybe the very beginning of junior high. And I could see a
yeah,
teacher
yeah.
just not realizing that would be inappropriate before the fact. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
find,
Like,
yeah,
it's like after you
yeah,
do that, you're like, okay, well, if she does it for every student in the classroom, we have a problem. Like, clearly,
right.
there's an issue.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know, man. I think like as a teacher, you've got to be aware of that how that might look.
Yeah.
Like, there's
Oh,
been
yeah.
enough shit in the news now, over the last what
Well, that
10,
looks like it's
15
also
years.
kind of old footage.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it could just be
that's true.
like it's just like maybe from the 90s or 2000s. Could be like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and they just didn't know, and like they made it dumb.
Yeah,
They that's why I'm saying, like, for the first student, I
mm,
can see a teacher just not realizing, like, oh, whoops, that was wildly inappropriate, and I won't be doing that again. But if it was like that was the third student, then you got to be like, all right, somebody's got some problems.
yeah,
like
yeah. Something's going on here.
yo, you need to stop. Like y'all need to not do that shit. Man, people are so fucking aggressive in this game. In Overwatch, I'm just trying to
Oh
unlock.
yeah,
There's a new skin sort of like thing unlocked, and I'm trying to get it. And I just got to play matches. Like, it don't matter if you win or lose, because if you win, you get 2 points towards it. If you lose, you get a point towards it. Like, they finally fixed that, because it's like, man, some people just suck ass, all right? Look, I suck really bad at FPS games. You not make it
like I
dependent on
enjoy them,
winning.
but I'm really bad at them.
You just not make it dependent on winning. I'd really, really appreciate that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that would suck if you had to fucking win to get the points towards it.
Fair enough. You can just murder me. Oh man, yeah, it'd be great. Like right now, I'm in a skirmish. This is one of the things I think Overwatch did, and I don't know if any other game does this. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. Is while you're waiting for a match, you can go into a skirmish or a practice thing. So you can either go
Mm,
into a little world where there's like a bunch of little bots to shoot at and a bunch of like things to just sort of practice your abilities and just shooting in general on moving targets. And then you
right.
can also go and what do you call it? And you can
Challenge
go
other
in
players
into
and
a
stuff.
world where you can go and kill people over and over. There's no score. It's just like you and a bunch of people just fucking around. You can shoot each other. Like, this guy is probably gonna murder me at this point. But there's no like it's just not a game. You don't lose any points.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's something to do while you're just fucking waiting for a game.
Yeah, exactly. And so you can shoot it. A lot of people just get hyper aggressive and murder everyone. Like, it's like, come on, man. Find something else to do with your day. But
Right.
as far as fun, it's a ton of fun, especially if you run into one where everybody's just chilling, hanging out, and then so you have little voice lines you can have your characters say, and you have little like like what is it little like preset emotes that they do, and so that's kind of fun, and you get people doing that. It's kind of a blast. Everybody's chilling out and like doing funny shit. But
Yeah, just throwing
it's
up there,
just
moving emotes.
but there's some people who are like super aggressive, and you're like, oh well, that's kind of boring. Like,
Mm. Yeah. So is there only certain spots where you can kill people, or is it pretty much everywhere during those
oh no,
little
this map you
intermediate
can kill
rounds?
anyone anytime. Some of these people are chilling, some are not. So
Yeah, that's weird. It should probably have a like safe zone You know what I mean?
Well,
Where you don't have to
because
worry
there's
about
no like score, and you can just leave, choose characters, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
There's
I
there's
guess.
no penalty if you die. Like, I'm not losing points. My rank doesn't go up or down. It's literally just
Yeah,
you can die as many times as you want and keep going. You could leave and come back and try to find a different skirmish room.
yeah, yeah. I think it was one of the Call of Duty games had one where like there was a bunch of areas where you could just wander around and bullshit with people, but then there was like a little spot where if you wanted to challenge somebody, you could challenge them.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun too if you could choose like it's either a chill room where nobody can get murdered, or you can choose a room where everybody gets murdered. That might be kind of fun.
Yeah, it seemed pretty cool. Especially that weird little glitch where you like sit
Yeah.
like you under whatever squatting, but you like if you hit the buttons in just the right combo, you like just basically be what do you call it? What the fuck do you call that? You know, you're just sitting on your ass, but your like legs are crossed, Indian style, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck, but it's like you're like scooting, like you hit the right buttons and it kind of glitches out, and you just stay in that one, and you just can move along everywhere.
Oh yeah. I think what you're saying. Yeah, it's like a weird sort of like shit just goes fucking wonky whenever this happens, because so people do it all the time for like the lulz.
Yeah, yeah, because there'll be a bunch of fuckers just doing that.
All right, that guy's being aggressive. I'm gonna take away his health pack. Yeah, this
Nice.
particular character, you can hack people, which means they can no longer use their special ability. They can only like jump, duck, punch, and shoot. But even worse, you can fucking hack the health packs that are randomly on the map, and no one can get them but your team. Then, like, the opposite team can't touch them anymore. Like, it won't work.
Nice.
So it's real mean.
Or just really strategic.
Well, in the game, yeah, it's super strategic, but it's also.
I see. You're saying they can do it. You're doing it outside of the.
Outside of the matches, it's
gotcha.
kind of like, do you really need to be that fucking aggressive in a skirmish? Like, you can. It's not, it's not against any rules. It's certainly not like.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do. I just
Yeah.
feel like, Oh, the other benefit is,
yeah.
it
if
goes
you're
about
the only
twice.
one doing it, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If only one dude's doing it.
It takes about twice as long for it to respawn normally as when you hack. So when you hack it, not only is your team the one that can get it, but your team can get it, and it respawns at like half of the time. So it's like super, super fucking fast.
Yeah, nice.
It's going.
What's up, Mr. Samaj? Our friendly little Canadian.
Exactly. Wishing I was a trucker. Because, my God, that convoy. Holy.
What convoy?
Wait, what? Seriously? You haven't heard about the
they're all
convoy?
on strike, dude. You didn't see it?
No. Did everybody...
all the trucks are going on strike up in Canada.
Yeah, there's a great big convoy going out.
Nice. All the construction, huh?
No, just the truckers.
Truckers, dude.
But truckers. Sorry. I heard construction, because, yeah.
Oh, no. Convoy. Yeah. Yeah, the convoy. It's big news. Some people are making claims that they think that it's broke a record, so like biggest convoy ever.
Oh wow!
Which would be fascinating to see.
That actually does sound kind of cool.
Well, it's
so what is it behind that? They don't have to get the COVID thing. Is that what they don't want to have to get the vaccinations or something?
Yeah, they're being mandated, saying that in order to work, you need it. So of course, it's kind of like them going on strike. But what's devastating about this is that everything here is delivered by truck, like food and all that. That's how we get it. Like we don't have like food productions here where it gets delivered by truck. And if all the truckers are on strike, how are you going to get your food? And so the government is holding firm, saying that they're not gonna budge. But it's like, you're gonna have to budge.
You're gonna have to budge when you don't have anything to fucking eat.
Yeah. Yeah, food's
And-
obviously the worst one, but I mean, it's pretty much all goods, right? I mean, what the fuck is?
Oh
not
yeah,
moving?
like Amazon packages are probably not moving. Like I'm sure some stuff goes by train.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm sure-
but not a lot.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, even if it gets delivered by train, a truck still needs to deliver it the rest of the way. Trains don't go to Walmart. Trains
No.
don't go to-
I'm just saying. Like I'm sure there's like some stuff that goes, but it's not like it's nowhere near what they would need. Like there's probably a trickle of stuff getting to places, but it's just so fucking small that people are like, well, I fucking give up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Vast majority of people ain't getting shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yep. Well, and they should hold firm because literally, what are they going to do? You know, I guess can't start arresting them en masse. I'm sure that would go terribly bad. There we go.
Yeah.
On my
And most of these trucks are privately owned because, like, the truckers, they'll work for a place and they pay off a truck,
yeah.
and then they're like
Genuinely though, like they should be prepared to fucking have the military show up and try to fucking arrest or intimidate them.
well, the Canadian military is embarrassing. So like, I
don't care how embarrassing they are. Fucking a bunch of dudes with guns showing up to rattle the fucking cages is scary.
That would,
you know.
Okay, but the world, the world's looking in on this because it's become global news now. Because like everyone's talking about Canada and the convoy, so if the government decides to deploy the military to start doing all this, it's not going to look good. And then what are you going to do? You're also going to seize their property and then give the trucks, because the government's talking about bringing in like new drivers, like young drivers to come in. But even if you did, it's like we still got to train them. I mean, it's not, driving a truck isn't that simple. And then they're talking about bringing all foreign workers and people like immigrants and all that. I'm like, well, that's also not going to help anything, because part of the other problem with driving trucks is communication. And if you don't speak the language, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to end up with trucks in like in one part of the city that should have been in other parts, or I don't know, who knows what. So, and even if you did bring them in, I mean, the majority of truckers are all privately owned. So where are you going to get all these trucks to deliver everything? So this is pretty much it. It's like the government can't really keep this going.
Yeah, you would hope.
Like it's saying that it can, but I'm like, how? Like you're either incredibly stupid or stubborn, one or the other, but or both. Because it's like there is like no logical way you can make this work.
No.
None. So.
Nope. It seems like a losing thing you would expect, but it's like this global push for fucking socialism. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen. The whole thing is kind of terrifying in its own way.
Well,
I am such a terrible sniper.
Yes, you are. I can see that.
Yeah, I should not be a sniper. I might switch off here in a minute.
Probably. Yeah, to be fair though, I'm not as good as a sniper either. I'm about the same level as you.
Fix that. I'm not helping my team much. Oh, that's pretty sad. All right. I mean, I'm not dying, at least.
Not by choice, anyway.
Well, no, the one time I died was by me. Yeah, it's like not by not by them, at least.
Well, the other team knows it's got nothing to fear with you on there.
Oh, well, it's about to change, so.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, okay. Let's see what he's doing here. I'm curious. It's kind of weird that he doesn't get frozen.
Hacks. I call hacks.
No, but I'm wondering if it's something to do with mercy, because I've had people do that before, where like they just don't take effects from the fucking. from the freeze, which is ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, why is he not freezing? Because it doesn't take long. Like, it's kind of fucking weird. That was a good ult, though. Especially with their person in there.
Did
We
you
need
guys
to
hear
group
about
up,
Irate?
guys.
So did you guys hear about Irate?
No.
Irate prostate?
No, what happened? Is he, like,
Did
dead
he
or something?
die?
Yeah, he's dead. He died the
Oh.
other day.
Didn't he have, like, prostate problems? Like, that was this thing or something?
I believe so. I don't know if that was what happened. Uzi Q.
Are you
came
really
out with
following?
it.
Wow, that's too bad, man. He seemed like a nice guy. I only interacted with him like on a couple of occasions.
No, he's a cool guy. I like talking with him. But my problem is like he's one of those guys like he's always streaming, and I'll have his stuff going on in the background. And you know I checked out his last stream, and it's like there was no indication that anything was wrong.
Oh well, I mean that's it's pretty normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too uncommon with cancer and stuff like that. Like you just can't know.
Yeah.
Oh, let's start blocking up this sniper spot.
Well, wants to get on the thing and get reversed.
Nice. All right.
I remember when people were making a big deal saying that Mei is the fat character of Overwatch.
Oh yeah, Roadhog.
No, not Roadhog, just Mei, the character you're playing, the Ice Lady.
Yeah, she's an off tank. That's why it's pretty fucking nutty.
Well, they're making comments that she's the overweight character because she's a little round in the face, but also because the clothes that she wears.
What? That's
Have you
fucking.
ever seen her face?
She's slightly thick. She ain't even like, damn, that's thick kind of like material yet.
No, and see that was just sort of it. But the certain people on the internet saying that she's fat representation, but I'm like, no, she's not. And of course, like Overwatch themselves, they had a picture of her like without the like wearing like a tank top or something. And now she's fine. Maybe a little thick, but I mean, no, she's fine. And then everyone got upset, like, oh no.
Oh, I bet that made him a little fucking tight in the pants for a minute.
Well, it was like a double-edged sword because it's like you can't make Mei fat because one, she's Chinese. Overwatch does well in China, so you're not going to have your Chinese representation be fat. I don't think they'd like that very much.
Oh, they got me. Too many at once. I didn't have a chance to put my ice wall up.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I was playing against somebody that definitely was hacking. Was playing Brigida, and they did not dodge nor move nor do anything to avoid my ice beam. They literally just ran straight at me through it for like, I don't know, a good 10, 20 seconds, and it did not freeze them not once, like not one fucking time.
Well, the doctor fucking called. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't fucking talked to him in years, dude. Here's my Suboxone doctor, my addiction doctor or whatever.
Oh.
He retired like 3 years ago. I haven't really talked to him much since. All right.
Hopefully, it's nothing bad. Like, you know, turns out he has to. He's been brought down for like malpractice or something. Yes, the
It's
call.
like,
Well,
I hate to call you
again,
this, but when the
he's-
FBI calls, could you just not mention my name?
Mhm. Yeah. Well, he's been retired for, like I said, almost 3 years now. Two or 3 years. I'm fucking horrible at time.
Oh.
It's been at least a couple of years. So I can't imagine. Although I know at the end he did say, like, I don't know, he was good because he did like addiction and he also did pain management. Kind of weird. So he, I guess
Wait,
he
how
was
is that
getting
weird? That kind of sounds like
they
a
were giving him
normal
shit.
combination.
Yeah, I guess it's not that. Yeah, you get them hooked and then you get them switched over to.
Well, I mean, dealing with addiction and pain management seems interrelated, like, so it would make sense that you would do both.
Yeah, I guess it's not that.
It'd be like
strange.
proctology and what do you call it, cancer. Like, well, yeah,
Yeah, although Jesus, dude, I fucking mentioned I saw a different doctor at the place I go to normally, and most of the other doctors like you can't officially be there for pain management. Like you can't officially be taking Suboxone for pain management for some fucking reason.
Oh, that is kind of a weird choice.
Yeah, so like I was telling the fucking doctor, I'm like, oh yeah, well, there's about a week there when my back was really bad, so I was taking like some days where I took 4, and she's like, oh no, you're not supposed to be taking this for pain management. Some fucking Asian by the rules fucking bitch.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yeah,
it's like my doctor when I was taking like anxiety and panic medication, and I was taking it as it was prescribed, and she's like, no, I'm gonna have to cancel this. I don't feel comfortable with it. It could be addictive. It's like, but have I shown any signs of addiction? Have I been trying to get it when I'm not supposed to? I tried to fill the prescription early one time because I didn't realize like how serious that was, and I explained to her, I'm like, look, I just was like refilling the other prescriptions that I have in their entirety, so I kind of figured, why not get this one as well? I'm doing this, doing the one. I might as well just get them all at the same time, and then not have to like go back down there again later on. Save myself a trip. Which makes perfect goddamn sense if you think about it. Like, obviously.
Yeah, especially if it's a fucking one-time thing, dude. Jesus Christ.
And then I never did again. I said, oh, okay, I understand that that's a problem. I definitely won't, don't worry about that. It's not going to happen again. And, never did it again. I never once took it more. And then, like, even when I got it prescribed in the first place, I told the guy to cut it in half because the doses he was prescribing were, like, way too fucking heavy for me.
Right.
I'm like, I just don't really want that. It's too fucking much. Because you can only take so much fucking anxiolytics before you're like, and now I am a fucking zombie.
Right.
So you got to watch that. But it's how it is. I finally switched my doctor, so I don't have to worry about that again. Definitely have a different doctor.
Yeah, dude, I've been doing that for fucking years, dude. That fucking doctor is fucking retard.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking to this doctor here not too long. I got to get a, what do you call it? I got to get a blood pressure check here in like, a week or so. And I figure after that I will schedule an appointment because I want to get the little second check done from my last ER trip. And so that there's not a bunch of tests that I still haven't done yet, so I'm not wasting time.
Did you say
I hate that. Wait, I went to the ER, so I had some weird chest spasm things that were going on, right? And then I go to the ER and I'm like, this is fucking seriously concerning. It's been going on for a couple of days. Normally it's like an anxiety thing. Usually I think I have, chest pains because anxiety. But this has been going on for a couple of days. And then what finally calmed it down was lidocaine and Maalox mixed together.
See, I thought you said VR. I'm like, wait, you have to get, like, if you're on VR, do you have to get tested? Like, is this like an STD thing?
Yes, it's an STD, those filthy VR players.
Well, considering the degenerates that are on there, I wouldn't be surprised.
To be fair, I did have yet another fucking child try to hit on me. I swear to fucking Christ, man, I took 41 out of my bio for a damn good reason. I was in karaoke room. There's like a couple other people in there. I'm like, hey, what's going on, y'all? And then we like sing a couple songs. And the one girl asked me, and I'm like, hey, just to let you know, I don't know how you sound kind of young. I'm 41 years old. I don't, I'm just here to like do karaoke and play games. I don't, fuck around with nobody. But also, I want to be clear in case somebody's a minor. I don't want to have them add me if, like they're 12 or some shit, and I don't want to deal with that. Like, just not interested. Mm-hmm. And so she added me, and then the other guy was like, you want to be my daddy? Jesus fucking Christ.
How the fuck did you get that out of what I just said?
I don't know.
How many times do you have to say that? Like, no.
Like, well, first of all, like, I don't even do the whole dating on VR chat thing. I just got no interest in that. Like, I can't fucking hold or touch somebody in VR. So what would be the fun in it? And I'm not talking about just like sex, but like just like holding hands or like sitting on the couch and having a good time, like what the fuck,
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, friendship, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I'm more than happy to make friends. Hey, you know what? If I meet somebody on there and we're good friends, and then we meet up offline because maybe we live close together, and if something happens, sure, whatever. Not fucking likely, because I don't know. I'm just not really all interested in that in general anyway. But that's one thing. But I would never just like start a relationship, like a genuine romantic relationship in VR. But I'm certainly not going to be some 17-year-old's daddy. Like, it's just not fucking.
Wait, was it a girl or a dude?
It's like more often than not, it's dudes. So I'd say 2 out of 3 are guys. They go for that.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like 1 out of 3 are like chicks.
But
yeah. I mean, it's just what it is. I don't really like I don't care. I'm not into dudes.
All right. Definitely not into being anyone's fucking daddy. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, the age play stuff is a little weird for me. I don't know about that either.
Dude, I was watching I forget the guy's name. It's like Call Me Daniel or something like that. He's a dude that goes on to like the Second Life. You know what Second Life is?
Yes.
Yeah, Stabby, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do know what Second Life is. People like you can buy and sell property in there for like real money and shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But anyways, so there's this spot where this dude was for some reason he had like these gigantic gummy bear looking things, and it's basically like a fucking what the fuck do they call it? Daddy, little girl. Big Dad, some shit.
I believe it's DLG, Daddy Little Girl.
Yeah, okay, so there's that. That's what the dude's all about. That's got all that shit set up.
You gotta, if you see that on anybody's profile or like in the video heading, fucking change the channel. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, there's a spot in the Second Life where this is going on, and basically, this dude they call me Daniel basically goes up and just fucks with people. But what he does that's really brilliant is he's great at pretending he doesn't understand. You know what I'm saying? So he's like making them explain what they're doing,
playing stupid,
and they're trying to do it in all this kind of coded shit. And so he'll be like, "What you mean?" Like, and he'll say something that's totally not what they're saying. Obviously, you know what I mean.
Basically, he makes them come out and be honest about being like fucking degenerates.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he makes them actually come out and say, the fucked up shit that obviously all the people in the little group are accepting of, but it's fucking degenerate fucking bullshit.
And no one else would be like, "Oh, okay, you pretend to be 12 and he pretends to molest you. That's normal."
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre, dude. Yeah,
it's not illegal, but it's funny, really fucking creepy.
Yeah. And finally, like the thing he came up with, that the creepy guy comes up with, he's like, "All right, so like, let's say you got one of those kids toys in the playground that has the big spring under it, and it's some animal," and he's like, what if you put a dildo on that? So it's that kind of thing. And you're like, damn, dude, what the fuck?
At what point, if you're modifying children's toys into sex toys, does that not put a big red flag up?
Yeah,
nobody is acceptable. Like, that's funny, not at all okay. That's real fucking weird.
But he kept fucking with him until he actually said something like,
level,
you know what I mean?
I don't want that guy.
Because for like fucking 5 minutes, the dude's trying to fucking use like coded language and shit,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. It's fucking obnoxious. Yeah, I don't understand a lot of the new fetishes. Like, I get like I'm really into blowjobs, or I'm really into like titties, or I like to see girls with just cum all over them, or whatever. Like, I can kind of understand a lot of that, and it's not all my fetish, but like, hey, like I dig where I
Yeah.
dig it's a
It's
normal
gross, but
fucking
it's not
thing.
really.
I can
It's
see
not
how
really
it would work.
degenerate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's some shit that just seems truly, disturbing and degenerate, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was funny
Yeah.
because at one point, because they were talking about how there's like BDSM quality, a strong BDSM quality to it, and there was a chick there. It was like that dude and some chick were kind of again doing the same thing, trying to fucking do the weird coded language shit. And at some point, like she gets like finally gets like fed up, and she starts bitching at him like, "If you don't get it, just get the fuck out of here." And he's like, "Aren't you a sub?"
Aren't you so?
Hey, like that's kind of forceful for someone's.
Why don't you go
Yeah,
somewhere else,
fucking.
bitch? You too,
Yeah, fuck
motherfucker.
you, dude. You know what you're doing is fucked up, dude. Fuck you
Yeah.
guys.
Thought I murdered you for being in my fucking map, junk. Oh, fucking sniper. Oh, good, we're catching up. All right, cool. We got the fucking point now. No, get out of there.
Hmm.
Whew, that was close. I jumped out of like insta death range.
Yeah, dude. There was another dude that was fucking. I guess they have spots where they're doing like a pretty much role playing like military shit, right?
Yeah.
Like everybody actually has their ranks and shit. And this dude goes in there, and like the higher ups here were actually in on it, which is fucking great.
Okay.
He went in to fuck with everybody else. Like he's like, "Oh no, I know how to fly a helicopter," and like, or I'll have the other guy like, "Oh yeah, just press G here and it'll do this," and like G is jumping out of the fucking helicopter while it's flying, like fucking with people like that. But because the higher ups are on it, like the guy that's like a fucking general is like bitching at him, who's not in on it, obviously, But the fucking the guys that are in on it are like, "All right, we're gonna demote you and we're gonna promote him." Like the guy that's fucking everything up gets promoted and they demote
Yeah.
him. Yeah,
Makes
because he's
sense,
like the dude that got demoted. That's not in on the joke.
All right, that
That
sniper's
immediately
gotta
after he gets
go.
demoted, the other guy gets promoted. The fucking dude that they sent in to fuck with everybody is like, "All right, as your commanding officer," because he was like standing up on this little half fence thing.
Yeah.
Officer now, because he just got. It's funny when it happened.
No,
I
I
should
get it.
probably
I get
find
it.
the
I get
clip
it.
and send it to you.
I like that. Well, and also, if you're getting rid of these punks that are like just not fucking funny, like they're just kind of creepy.
Yeah, or taking it a little too seriously.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you got to relax a little, dude. I get that you couldn't make it in the real military and all, but
Yeah. Oh, I got trapped there. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's just like false flag people too. There's always people that want to have the fucking what do you call it?
yeah, control
Uh,
freak.
like they could be like, hey, I was in this or that or the other thing.
Yeah,
Weird
stolen
shit.
valor. The real life people that get busted for the stolen valor, dude. That shit's fucking great.
Yeah, that's always hilarious because they're always like, "Oh no." Oh, that's hilarious. That guy got me for the fucking thing. Oh, this is a fucking aggressive fucking match. Alright, this fucking sniper is ridiculous, man. Jesus.
It's clearly lag switching, dude.
No, I'm not keeping out of the sight well enough. I mean, obviously, like, they had plenty of times. It's just, I was hoping, like, I'm clearly dealing the mass damage here, so why is my other person not fucking dealing with the sniper? Like, I'm killing everyone else.
Yeah, they have no idea. Your teammates have no idea what the fuck strategy is.
So,
If
like
they were
any
doing
other
enough
game,
damage to fucking deal with this, fucking dumb motherfucker. Nah. Like that's how you do. And if the other guy had been dealing with the sniper, we would have done that a lot quicker. I shouldn't really be playing DPS. I'm much better tank or support. But you know, here's what it is. There's really not a good spot for snipers here. I hope the sniper doesn't stay sniping. Oh man. Oh, I fucking missed out on an opportunity. I never went to look at like fucking COVID emergency bags. Cause you know, like there's the preppers. They make the. I don't know if you've ever looked at like prepping bug out bag stuff.
Yeah.
But fucking there's a lot of real dumb shit that people put in there. Like just stupid, makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, just totally impractical for a real fucked up situation.
Well, and then like, at what point are you gonna need like that? You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like, legit, that just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, what kind of shit specifically?
Like, I'm trying to think here. So, like, are you gonna be living out in the fucking woods? Is that really, really, truly what you're gonna do?
Oh, you mean like just bug out
So,
bags
like,
in general?
Do you need like 6 tarps and like fucking no water and like a gun? You know what I mean? Like, or are you gonna be bugging out to a hotel or like a family member's house? And that's what you gotta fucking plan on.
I think with bug out bags in general, they're just sort of like in case society is collapsed and you need to get away, and you may.
But
have to spend
that's not what they're intended for.
Yeah.
Like
okay,
even
well,
like the original purpose is, what do you call it? You need to get from point A to point B, and there's just an emergency.
Yeah, for like some reason you have to leave your house like in a hurry, kind of thing.
Yeah,
for a week or two,
or like
whatever.
maybe you're on your way home from work and there's a terrible earthquake and you got to make it across the city on foot. You can't drive anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, I gotcha. So, some of those are.
And or you gotta like like for when we had to evacuate my house, like the couple times in the California fires, we just had to like take off. Like you got to get out of the house and go somewhere. Where is kind of like, like not a real like concern.
You're being.
I may die, but at least you die with me, bitch. I couldn't get out of the range of that fucking ult, so I was like, I better kill the pilot, so she can't summon another one. But yeah, so like honestly, like if you're packing a bug out bag, you want food you can eat right away without anything. So like a couple bags of nuts, some jerky, maybe some granola bars, real good stuff to go with.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, if you can find peanut butter, why not? Oh no! Somebody fucking bopped her in there. That's savage. You want? I'd say like 2 shirts, a pair of pants, and a pair of shorts. 3 sets of underwear, like 3 pairs of socks, like enough clothes that like you can switch out your socks and your underwear at least every day. You maybe more than that would be kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, hit small box. You want copies of all your important documents. So like like your birth certificate, your social security, like that kind of stuff's always good. Oh, you got to be on the point, boys. What else would I put in there? Money. If you can put at least, I would say bare minimum, put like $50 in mixed change, like so 1s and 5s and 10s, or whatever the equivalent is in like your area. Like nothing too big, but enough that if you have to use a vending machine or you got to pay like a bridge toll that you didn't expect on, you're good to go. Like I was trying to keep like $60 in my wallet for like that kind of thing.
Well,
like that kind of stuff that you're genuinely going to need, like a first aid kit that you know how to use. So like chest seals and tourniquets and bullet wound care is dandy if you know how to use all of that. If you don't know how to use any of that shit, then fucking stop. Like same with like firearms.
On you, if it relies on hoping someone else is around that knows how to use it, it's probably not a good fucking choice.
Yeah, and also one of the things is anything you have in there, you should know how to use. Another one, entertainment. Like maybe a small netbook with like some of your favorite movies loaded onto it, or a couple of books that you really like. 2-3 books is not a lot of. It's not a lot to carry around.
I don't know about that. I mean, first of all, if technology could be a problem because you got like limited battery space.
Worst case scenario, throw that shit away. A small netbook doesn't take up that much space. You can throw it away if you need to. And like a power pack to charge your phone is also good.
Guys, if you take
a travel size like board games or something like that.
Yeah, that's why I also included like a book or 2 that you like. Just take a couple of books.
Hold on. If you bring in a book with you, then in case of emergencies, you can use the pages as kindling for fire.
I 100% agree that that's the better choice. I'm just saying, like, options that make sense. Carrying a netbook doesn't take up that much space. It could also be used to charge your phone. You can plug in a USB and charge your phone with it.
But if you're thinking from their perspective, and let's say you're going to be off the grid for a little bit, that's more of a hazard.
That's not how it really works in real life.
I know that's not how it works in real life. But if you're thinking from their perspective, that's infinitely useless. It's like what's the point in bringing that?
I'm talking about stuff you should really have in a dugout bag.
Well,
you should genuinely consider bringing a netbook with like copies of your important documents on it, or a USB with copies.
Yeah, and again, this is not a bug out bag for the collapse of civilization.
This is for real life. Like you might actually have an earthquake or a disaster and need to go somewhere.
Right. In that case, I suppose. But the thing is, with bug out bags, is that you're not going to have any time for prepping it. It's like you prep it beforehand in case of emergency. Just pick it up and go. You put in any kind of electronic device, it'll be dead by the time you need it, because it's probably going to be in your trunk of your vehicle or in your garage or something. Could be there for months, maybe even years. Anything electronic, it's already garbage. It's not going to do you any good unless you want to bring some batteries.
My experience, having actually experienced that's not at all true. But okay, I'm not trying to be mean. I just I've had to bug out. I've done it, and no, that's not the case. My stuff was fine. It worked just fine.
I'm sure it works fine, but I'm just saying the power might not last on it, or who knows? Because when you had your thing, how long was it in storage?
How long was it in storage? Since the one prior to that, so probably about a year.
So probably about a year.
Yep. Of course, then again, wait a minute. You don't check your bug out bag every couple of months?
Most people don't.
Okay, well, then that's just dumb. Like, that's on them.
Well, no, you put in what you need, and then you just leave it. I mean, if you have to check it every couple of months, I mean, yeah, I suppose, but most people don't think about that.
Every 6 months, check your bag. Like, that's just general good sense there.
Well, sure, if there's like a mouse problem or something, I guess.
No, I check mine every 6 months because also a lot of the food you put in there is not necessarily going to last forever.
Well, fair enough. I don't know. It sounds like more prep than most people are willing to put in.
And that's fine. That's up to them. I would say, you always want to... you're fucking stupid. I don't know why you were there that long, buddy. I'm just going to go over here. Pick me up some health. I don't know where my team went. They all died. It's probably my fault. Anyway, like, I'm just saying, like, the stuff you want to have is relatively, like... basic stuff. Like, you don't have to put electronics. You can put a book in there. Like, I'm just giving my opinion. So,
Yep. Oh, just remembered something. Let me take care of this.
What else would you go in there?
Have you
Pictures of your family and people that you might be with or need to, like, help. Oh, you don't want to fuck with this, buddy. Oh, unless you got a fucking aimbot level accuracy. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, damn, dude. Moira's one of the harder hitboxes to hit, too. Alright, my team, I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, stop going down the fucking middle. It doesn't fucking work. Alright, I'm going up top. They're probably listening to me coming up here.
So, you guys heard about all this NFT stuff?
Oh, yeah, that's fucking so dumb.
So, Twitter's gotten in on this, and so you can showcase your NFT on your profile, and to verify that it's an NFT, it has a hexagon a template on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
terrible.
I thought I'd play around with that, so I made my own. I just drew it myself. So I just put the hexagon on it. But then I stopped and realized to myself, oh, I might be in shit if I did that, because they might think I'm faking it. So
yeah.
I don't know what the rules are now. So I literally just drew out what the hexagon. I just sort of took someone's avatar and traced over the hexagon logo, so that way I can, the size dimension, and then put that as my profile pic. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only so much you can do. Damn it, these guys are ridiculous. Yeah, the NFTs, the thing that gets me is like they suffer from the same volatility as art, right? Plus, anybody can just copy paste. Like there's no real benefit to them, like none at all. So I don't understand like they're not unique, they're not special. They're not
They're not overly.
Is there a way to restrict that where you can't, well, I guess you could always, at worst case, would be some kind of screenshot or something. I'd imagine they can't stop that.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. But they can, oddly enough, and I don't know how, but you can get notifications when someone's taking a screenshot. I don't know how they manage that. Somehow they got that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Bitcoin. All the currencies. Some guy put it clearly in a way that I thought finally made sense. It's like real easy to understand. Essentially, the problem with cryptocurrencies is they're a lot like the stock market, stripped of all the fucking pretense and all the regulation of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you can't, there's nobody to stop pump and dump schemes. There's none of that. None of that shit does anything. It's just all...
What it is, for sure.
God damn,
NFTs are... they're the hot thing right now, and Twitter's getting in on that, so that's interesting.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's a bunch of stuff that's gonna what do you call it? They're trying to get NFTs in. Like, there's some video games that are trying to cash in on that sort of marketability. There's some finally some progress. God damn.
I should put up my Retro Bowl footage as I'm playing. That would be fascinating.
Team, you gotta fucking protect your support. There's fucking Reinhardt in the middle. You're doing nothing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, and one of the things that the guy was talking about, and so I assume he's done more research than any of us. Apparently, a lot of the same people that fuck people over in the stock market because they've already got like billions of fucking dollars are the same ones that are fucking with Bitcoin now because, I mean, they've already got the massive amounts of money needed to do pump and dump schemes because obviously there's no regulation.
I don't know if this Figo Udvico guy in the chat, I mean, it seems like it's got to be some kind of bot.
Oh, let me take a look.
I guarantee you that's a bot.
What's up, Gaming Yelling?
Hey, Gaming.
Yeah, that was like 20 minutes ago. I don't know if they're both still here. I doubt it. No, knowing Stenchaber, almost certainly not.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gaming's still stuck around for the 18 minutes we ignored him.
See, I'm only one person. Like, y'all can look at chat too. It ain't gonna hurt. I promise.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, I'm not singling you out for it. We all as a team were ignoring the chat, dude.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're asking me to look away from anime TVs. I mean, what kind of monster are you?
I'm a big monster.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the bug out bags were funny because it's like really what you need to have is like changes of clothes, bottles of water, food, important documents, any sort of prescriptions, and pictures of your loved ones, and then you can build whatever else you want on there. If you want to add like fucking, I'm gonna live in the woods, even though that's extremely fucking unlikely, and all the people that already live out in the woods probably don't want you in their yard. You go ahead and add that shit. You know. I might consider like maybe like a really nice inflatable pillow if you found one that works real good. Because that can be kind of nice, you know, just as a creature comfort kind of thing. Like, you know, maybe good blankets, heating pad. Oh, you know what? One thing that I don't see a lot of, pocket warmers. Those can be really good.
Yeah.
Pocket warmers can be really, really handy. You can even get pocket warmers that have like adhesive on them. That's the fucking bomb right there. That shit is fucking amazing. Because, like, you can put that on the inside of your
I
fucking
know
shirt.
You don't.
Oh, what?
Yeah, no, it's fine. Go ahead. It was kind of off topic. So.
Oh, I was going to say, they got the sticky ones. You put one of those under your shirt, like on the chest area facing you, you will warm up your core so fast and be so much more infinitely comfortable. It's crazy how fast it works. Ooh, let's group up, fellas.
Yeah. Or if you are smuggling someone else's clean urine in for a urine test, like you slap one on one side of the bottle and then you strap it to the leg,
you
like
be
under your nutsack.
substantially warmer than you would be with just like regular urine. I mean, if you want like urine that's at like a couple more than just a little bit degrees ahead of you.
Yeah, I was thinking more of just the little pouches, dude.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hand warmer pouches. That's how someone I know did it in the past.
Hey, if it works, it works. Yeah, the little hand warmers might work. You just take one of those.
Yeah, Samaj, do you follow football at all? I know Stabby doesn't.
Nope.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right.
Anything sports related, I'm not paying attention.
All right. Never mind then. There's a lot of really good games over the weekend, dude.
That's good.
Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed football.
As I like to call it sports ball. Good old sports ball. You mean there's a difference between basketball and football? I had no idea.
It all seems like the same thing.
I mean, that's what I thought. No.
Seems vaguely related. God, you're so far out of my fucking range. Oh, what am I holding on to my fucking ult for?
I think the game would be very different if like when you build up to your ult and then switching a character, like it resets your ult. But what if it didn't? Like what if you build up, then switch characters to someone like a Reaper?
Oh yeah, and you can just fucking whip out a Reaper ult. Oh, you guys fucking. Yeah, I'll have to find a better place to position there.
Yeah, the game would be substantially different.
If you could just whip out an ult from whoever the fuck you wanted, that would be so fucking OP, though. I mean, it would just be... have you ever played on, like, Mayhem mode? Where it's, like, it's obviously not meant to be, like a serious fucking thing?
No, I don't think I've ever tried Mayhem.
It's like there's no cooldowns, essentially. There's none at all. So, like... You use your special abilities as much as you want. It's all good.
That is Mayhem. Oh, God, I wouldn't do that.
You can't, but your ults build up really fast. I think they build up at, like, double the speed. So, like, you know, for instance, like, Roadhog, damn near impossible to kill.
I bet it would be.
Yeah, because, like, fucking, there's really no cooldown. They just sit there and, like, breathe all the time. Why are you standing outside of my...
Damn it, I'm trying to find a picture of fucking Ethan Ralph after he got his fucking ass kicked.
I've seen that I don't know how many times today. I don't care. If he got his ass kicked, I mean, I'm sure he deserved it.
Yeah, and it's Ethan Ralph, so yeah, most likely it was an earned ass kicking.
I mean, given who these people are in the internet, I don't even know if it's real. He could be just putting on an act.
Yeah.
Just want to get that internet clout.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, I mean, the only thing is in Portugal was to try to own fucking Warski for some reason.
It's
So
just,
maybe it's fitting
it
that he
sounds like
got his
people
ass
just
kicked.
can't let go of drama. Let's just do drama. God damn it.
Yeah.
Like high school ended, guys. Can we stop?
It really is fucking junior. I don't even know if it's high school, dude. That's some junior high bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I looked at all that and like we used to do that on the cunt stream, but I'm like I never really participated. It was always Schmeckel yelling and doing that. I'm like I just after a while I stopped caring. It's like this is clearly nonsense. And even now it's like drama could be occurring. I mean, Greg. I mean, if you participate in that, you can get a lot of views, and I get that. But at the same time, I do not fucking care. There's infinitely more interesting things than personal arguments and foibles.
Yeah.
Yeah, like bug out bags.
Yep. There you go. It's always something to argue with that.
Everyone should pack in at least one ham radio into the bug out bags.
I mean, if you can't, maybe a radio too. Like either way, like if you can't find a ham radio or you just don't know how to use one, and you're not willing to learn, at least a radio. Although it'd be a good idea if you had something that could scan like the frequencies that ham radio is on.
Yeah. A radio, would also be good.
Yeah, my team doesn't know how to like nullify.
But a ham radio would be, probably better than a regular radio.
Yeah.
Probably
no, a ham radio is a good
but
idea.
again,
Like, okay, let me rephrase that. A ham radio is a really good idea. However, at least a radio of some kind. I didn't think of that one, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, a radio is definitely better than nothing. If you can get a ham radio, that's good too.
Yeah, a ham radio is going to pick up a lot of bands that you might not otherwise get.
Yeah.
I really need a haircut. My hair is way too long.
Just shave it off, dude. That's what I do.
Shave off your hair? I mean, I'm not Joe Rogan here. I can't pull that off.
Doesn't stop me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually okay with the
bald
head.
That was well timed on that
I
part.
can pull off the bald head. I probably look better. Well, not with completely shaved, but with the short, buzzy cut.
Yeah, right now I got like the little chin halfway up the cheek beard and a shaved bald head, smooth bald, like fucking Uncle Fester, baby.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying to think of when the last time was that I actually paid for a haircut. I'm pretty sure it's probably been at least a decade.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm just kind of fucking around at this point. I don't want to get kicked out of the game, but my team is just not fucking doing their jobs. I think I probably gave up a little while ago. Oh, wait, I can be Moira? That's my favorite.
Nikki Haley firing shots. She said, Nikki Haley, yeah. If Biden loved our country, he would step down and take Kamala with him. Accurate. Vicious, but accurate. I wonder if he called her a stupid son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Dude, what the fuck, man? Such a big deal made of how fucking what an asshole Trump was supposed to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, like that's the typical sort of left sort of thing where they're just like, they'll say all this shit, but they'll never what do you call it?
Live up to their own ideals.
Oh, I think
this
Symmetra might actually be an aimbot. Holy shit!
A little too good, huh?
Well, no, like there's total chaos, and her reticle is just hitting people immediately after one after the other. Like it's just going like how could you possibly focus in that kind of like thing? She wasn't the one that won the game, though. The one that won the game was the fucking Bastion that my team just was incapable of handling. Like, all they had to do was focus Bastion and get him out of the way, and then the rest were fairly easy to kill.
Right.
But none of them were, like... Nobody would switch to anything that would take out Bastion. All right, I'm giving up on support. It's boring.
Yeah. Did you see the all the shit about Neil Young and Joe Rogan, the whole Spotify thing?
Yeah. Spotify was like, all right, goodbye, Neil Young.
Yeah. Who do we want to go with here? Do we want to go with the old fucking washed up rocker guy, or do we want to go with the guy that we, has the best, most popular podcast in the world?
Well, I mean, at that point, it's literally like just a question of how much money you're gonna make, right? I mean,
yeah. Neil Young, I'm sure did okay for him, but not Rogan fucking levels. Not even fucking close. So yeah, it was pretty. I don't know if he really thought. I don't know what the fuck he thought. I actually like his music, but Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Well, anytime you're looking at a company like that and you're telling them you have to do what I want you to do, or I'll take away my business, a lot of the times they're going to say no. Almost every time, because you just don't want somebody else to dictate how your company's run. It's not even a question of like. Whether you agree with their principles. It's just like, how would you justify letting them run your business? That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
But, it is what it is.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to say, all right, man, we'll go ahead and remove your library for you.
Well, I mean, the only way that would ever work is if literally like 90% of their artists were like, all right, take us off. And I don't think that's going to fucking happen because Spotify has some pretty fat paychecks.
Fuck, how do you...
Yeah.
Oh, is there anything going on in chat? I don't want to be a douche. Okay, all right, I guess.
What?
Wait, I fucking recognize that name. I think that's a friend of mine on Steam, too.
Keeping a grocery store lobster as a pet. How the fuck would you... Alright. Sorry, I was just looking through the videos that's under our video. Under our live stream.
There's I've seen that. It was the dude just went to a grocery store, bought a fucking lobster, and like nursed it back to health and fucking in an aquarium. It's crazy. Like, he even fucking spent a bunch of time, like, massaging its fucking claws and, like, poking at it with a stick to sort of, like, trigger it to try to squeeze its claws, because its claws were, like, atrophied, the muscles in them after the rubber banding part.
Yeah, rubber banded shut. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, he really fucking, he worked hard to fucking take care of that thing. I respected that. I think it was dumb. Yeah. I mean, I'd just fucking eat the lobster. But,
it does seem pointless, dude, but good for him for doing it, I guess.
Interesting thing about lobsters, they fucking they'll clean shit up. So like, you feed them like an oyster or a clam or something. They'll dig the meat out. Oh, somebody's shooting at me. God damn it. Stupid fucking aggressive people. And they'll fucking put all the shells in like one corner of their what do you call it? Their cage. Or aquarium or whatever you got them kept in.
Yeah. Huh.
It's like, it's crazy. Like, it's sort of like ants do the same thing. I don't know if you've ever seen much to do with ants. But ants will
nothing really in-depth.
Designate an area, and then all of the waste... they'll put all their ant waste, like little poopies and stuff over there. Items that they don't eat out of the food they get. So, like, you know, if they can't eat part of a you know, spider or something, they'll put all the like extra parts over in this little dump area away from their nest.
Yeah, a little
It's pretty
compost heap.
crazy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it makes sense too. You know, because it's, you know, you don't want to keep all that shit in your own fucking cage near your babies and stuff. Like, what if they fucking just die?
Yeah. Indeed. I was watching the video. Have you ever seen the when the ants kind of all collectively lose the trail and they just start circling and circling until they fucking die?
No, I haven't seen that, but that's interesting.
Yeah, like somehow something gets crossed up and they lose the whatever, you know, pheromone trail or whatever, and they were literally just march in a big fucking circle, and not like they just can't seem to break out of it.
Huh. Maybe it's like a weird instinctive issue, like in order to find the trail again, their instinct is to do this, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, they call it a death spiral or death circle.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, yeah. I'm not trying to kill anybody. I just want to push him over the edge of the fucking river thing. Oh man.
What?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was playing a fucking video of the ant thing, but using like fucking flies for some reason. Or fleas or something? I don't know what the fuck those are.
Oh, for some reason I was looking like I was going to be able to see what was going on. All right, I'm smart. No, I like frostbite. Yeah, that's a trip. Oh, did I what was I trying to say? Oh, that TikToker who got fucked with by the older guy apparently started streaming a while ago, and then finally actually talked about that whole situation on stream and was like, yeah, he'll never be punished for what he did. Apparently he was actually 21, 22 when it happened, and she was 15. And yet there's still a bunch of people who are like, nah, he was a bro. She's just a lying cunt. She was into it.
Wow.
Because you know, like the whole point of age of consent is like you expect teenagers not to understand like what's going on. It's like, yeah, she was into it when she thought he actually liked her, not like you know, fetishized her because she was a minor.
Wow. God damn it, why didn't that... Alright, yeah, for some reason that didn't post the way it usually does. Yeah. Fuck. Oh. Okay, there it goes. Try that again. There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, that's the one I just posted is kind of like a short, small scale version of the death spiral thing. The ants death spiral thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, how is he taking so little damage? Oh, he has the healing warp. That makes sense. I can't stop in the middle of a game. It's kind of shitty to just leave my team and. Not
Not cool.
not play the game. That'd be kind of fucked up. Yeah. We're poking. All right, this is not working. I want to fly though.
Damn, they fucking picked you out of the air, dude.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that one. That was an odd little flick
Wow.
going there. The thing is, like, there's flick aim, but there's also like a if you have an aimbot it'll as you toggle it as opposed to they dived there. Not much else I could do.
Yeah, that
so like
seemed.
if this style of aiming to flick.
Um,
So that could be just flick aiming. I mean, I don't usually call it unless it's real obvious. Like that Symmetra was pretty dodgy. Also, I don't think they ban people regardless of what you fucking say or do or report.
yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't understand that cheating. I don't get it. Like, thinking you accomplished something when you're just fucking aimbotting, dude.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game, so it's not like really matter. It's like if they win from it, it's like, oh no. Nice. Well, I am being ignored by my healers, probably because I'm bronze damage and I'm DPS. Whoa, that is literally on one. No.
Trying to find something on the there was some fucking I think it was TikTok, some bitch that got busted for like sexually harassing some dude, and then in her like I guess what was supposed to be her apology video, she didn't really apologize at all.
Oh yeah, I always wonder about that one. When the people
dance.
are like, I'm really sorry that guy's a dick, and you're like, okay, that's kind of defeating the purpose, sir. I don't think you understand how apologies work.
Yeah. Yeah, and the song that she chose, like it ends with the it's not her saying it, but it's a song that she's playing. Like the very end of the song says something along the lines of "I didn't do anything wrong. I'm young." Like those are the lyrics.
Yeah.
Like okay, all right. So no apology. Gotcha.
Yep. It's fucking dumb. There we go. I think that might be the last one I needed. But that happens all the time, and I don't understand how people don't get it. But, whatever. It seems like everybody's a fucking streamer, YouTuber. Oh, what was it? Some guy put it, the internet has basically given everybody their own channel, and lots of the channels suck really bad, like this one.
Yeah. No, there's also a lot of really bad channels that have inexplicable popularity.
Yes. Well, I
Really
mean,
fucking
Alinity
random.
has popularity for two very big, very obvious reasons. I mean,
Well, even that though. I mean, there are millions of chicks that have fucking great tits. You know what I mean?
but she's willing to just like, what do you call it? Constantly like just sexualize herself, and seems to have a really good ability to just keep coming back and getting people to tune in.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know how she does it.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
doesn't
find her
appeal to
boring
me.
as shit.
Yeah, exactly, dude. But again, enough people find her fucking interesting for some reason. Yeah, it's weird with the amount of porn that's available too. Like, why is
Yeah, you would think, right? That's the part that really fucking gets me. I think it's because they feel like they have a personal connection. And so they capitalize on that, I guess. I don't know. I mean, come on, dude. This is Sebastian counters that guy. Why would you even bother? Run away. Yeah, I don't know. I noticed the one thing though, like the fucking VTubers, the ones that are like anime characters that are. Oh no! Well, that counters my guy. What do you call it? They do Twitch streaming, but it's like an anime character that they've wired up to respond when they like their camera sees where they move and moves the anime character the same way. Like they just seem to be like ridiculously sexual and over the top. Like they would obviously anybody who was doing that wasn't an anime character would get banned. Like showing close-ups of the anime character's butt shaking and like the titties and stuff, like things that would get you banned on Twitch if you were a human. Saying shit like, oh god, I can't. Like it's just so many things. Like it's hard to pick out one. Oh, make out with me, and if you don't want to make out, maybe I can make out with your daddy. Stuff like that, just weird shit. Like I like it when the white sticky stuff is in my in my chest or something. Like just I mean, so far over the line. Like I don't know. I don't understand it, but whatever. Oh, somebody asked a good question in Overwatch. Ever wonder how many times you've drank the same water? Like in a human lifetime, have you drunk water, urinated it out, it's gone back into the system, gotten like purified, and now it's like drinkable again?
Yeah, it kicked me off. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, somebody asked a really good question in Overwatch. It was, ever wonder how many times you've drank the same water?
Yeah. I have not.
It's a good question.
All right. Yeah, I have never wondered that myself, but it is an interesting question.
I'm like, I wonder now. Like, have I ever drank the same water? Like, because there's a lot of fucking water, right? Like, there's more water than anything else on the planet, right? Like, that's the most abundant thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I mean, is it even possible? Maybe it's just there's so much that there's no way you could possibly drink the same water.
Yeah, like it's never gonna come back to the same spot,
Yeah,
or not likely to anyway.
exactly. I don't. I mean, it's possible. Maybe it's not. Yeah. That does make me wonder. But it's one of those ones where it's not like, you're not questioning your very fucking existence. Oh, is Samaj still there?
He's muted, dude.
Oh, okay. Darn.
He's like technically still there, but he's muted.
Oh, yeah, muted and deafened. Okay.
Yeah, I thought just both of us weren't saying anything for a minute, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh shit, it kicked me off.
I thought I was saying stuff that was just so boring. I was like, oh, it must be too boring because he's not saying anything. Move on to a new topic.
That's possible.
I mean, it is entirely
That's possible too. But I was not, in fact, ignoring it.
Oh, man.
I got this trail mix that was like 90% candy. Appropriate titled the indulgent, something like that. It's to do with indulgent. It's basically chocolate chips, white chocolate chip, peanut butter chips, dried cranberries, cashews, peanuts, and raisins, I think, maybe. Incredibly sweet trail mix, dude.
Huh.
Not bad, though.
That sounds more like just a lot of candy in a bag. If I'm to be real honest with you there.
That's really what it is.
It doesn't really sound at all like trail mix to me. It just sounds like a whole fuck ton of candy and nothing else.
Yeah, like without the peanuts and cashews, it's literally, well, even with them, really. There's plenty of fucking candy.
I mean, I like peanuts and cashews. And I like chocolate chips, and I like white chocolate chips, and little peanut butter chips are all right. Like, they're a little too sweet for me to be peanut butter. Like, I kind of don't like the...
Yeah, well, that's the thing is there's peanut butter chips and peanuts. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is a little excessive. But yeah, like to me, my preferred trail mix is you got your raisins, you got your peanuts, maybe you got some almonds, maybe you got some cashews, you got little granola clusters in there, and you got some M&Ms.
Yeah, it should be a lot more of the peanuts, cashews, that kind of stuff.
There's just enough M&Ms to kind of make it a chocolatey tasting and like really flavorful and fun, but not so many that it's like what do you call it? Like basically candy, like you were having there. Because to me, that's not like a snack or a trail mix. It's just like that's a dessert.
Yeah.
And if you want to have a candy bar, hey, fuck, go have a candy bar, bro. Nothing wrong with that. Enjoy yourself a candy bar.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a lot. That's why I should shopping when I'm hungry, and I did that. So that's the kind of shit that happens. But yes, I am not taking it hiking. I am just eating it as candy.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that mix either, because as long as you just, when you're deciding how much you should be having, just acknowledge that is in fact candy and not, like a fucking healthy meal. Because like what I had for lunch today, there's this really easy breading thing that I learned from this Japanese guy on YouTube, where you take like an egg, 2 tablespoons of water, or 2 tablespoons of flour, and 2 teaspoons of water. Mix that shit up, dredge whatever meat you have in there, and then roll it in like breadcrumbs, preferably panko. Right? And then you just fry it up on each side until it's nice and browned, and then finish the cooking in the oven so it doesn't get overdone and burn anything. So, you got that nice golden color from frying it in just a little shallow oil in the pan, which is exactly what you want. And then, it's pretty good. It's real easy and simple to do. It takes maybe, 15 minutes of cook time, 15 minutes of prep time. It's super, super simple. So I like to do a bunch of those up and freeze them. And then just serve them with some vegetables. You get all your carbs, all your protein, and all your veg in one shot.
Nice. Yeah, I just made the pork tenderloins again last night for my son. That's a pretty easy one too. Basically, it's just you pull it out, you pat it down, get all the shit off, cover it with the like olive oil or whatever, and then season it, throw it in the air fryer for like 30 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Comes out really fucking good. And just basic, dude, like all I usually use is the basically pepper. Generally too much for most people, but pepper, seasoned salt, a little garlic powder, and poultry seasoning. And it comes out really fucking good.
Nice. That sounds really good.
Yeah. He's got a few favorites, and they're usually on sale. At least one of them is generally on sale at any one time, so that helps. Because it was on sale. The pork tenderloin was on sale for $2.99 a pound, which is pretty fucking good.
That's not a bad deal.
I think it's normally like $6 or $7 a pound. So $2.99 was a pretty good deal. Yeah, although they do like a 2-pack, so it ends up being like 3 to 3.5 pounds of it, sometimes 4.
Dang, that's not bad at all. I like to get the big old pork tenderloins from a fucking what do you call it? Costco. I'd say they're about 18, 19 inches long.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Although when I'm doing the air fryer, I'll generally cut both of them in half because there's, there's 2 big ass pieces, so I generally will cut them in half.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I cut them into 2 roasts because we only got like a few people that eat. Only 4 people. We're not trying to fucking serve an army,
Right. Yeah. It's one of the few things my son will eat as leftovers too. He has a weird thing about not eating leftovers. It's bizarre.
Really? What's wrong with leftovers?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. He's a fucking weirdo. Yeah, spaghetti. Spaghetti and meatballs he'll eat. Yeah, spaghetti and meatballs he'll eat as leftovers. He'll eat that shit all fucking day. The hamburger helper, which he loves for some inexplicable reason. It's not bad, but hamburger helper is not great either. You know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or pizza.
Yeah, hamburger helper, I'll eat it, but I don't fucking like it.
Yeah.
Although right now I'm doing low carb,
bad.
so I stay the fuck away from hamburger helper. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fucking some pasta and all that shit, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, very obviously, you gotta stay away.
Yeah, and honestly, the only way I like it is if I take my mashed potatoes, which is even way more carb.
Can you mash potato?
And mix it in. But yeah, I'll mix it all together in like a big mess. then like the cheeseburger one is good. I don't like the beef stroganoff, and my son fucking loves it. I do not like that one at all. So generally, I make it like he's actually pretty reasonable about it. Like he'll have his mom make it most of the time.
Oh, you want to play, bitch? Yeah, play.
Yeah. So like I made it this time, but it's like the first time in like 6 months that I've made.
Oh, I got too caught up in facing off against the other May.
But dude, he'll eat nearly everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of leftovers because, like, man, like, say you make something like a good beef stew, like, you don't want to just, make a small beef stew. It's so good the next day. It's almost, you'd almost rather just, like,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
like
dude, I made,
I
just made, corned beef and cabbage.
How did I not
a few days ago?
That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember what I tried last time with the corned beef that did not work out at all. Where I tried to roast it like a dumbass.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, a big part of the appeal of the corned beef is the fat. Like you don't want to get like
you gotta have
straight,
that fat dripping
you want a
through the
good
meat
chunk
when you
of
cook
fat
it.
with it.
Yeah.
So when the last time I fucking tried to roast it. Do you remember me telling you about that? Maybe not, but yeah, I was like, I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try to roast it. I'm gonna fucking baste it in some mustard and this kind of shit. And yeah, it's a horrible idea. It's a fucking terrible idea because the fat just melts.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't melt into it; it just melts off. So it's fucking horrible. But yeah, this time I did the traditional, simmer / boil. But I made way too much because I got two. I got one big chunk, which was like 3.5 pounds. Because again, this was on sale too. But then I'm like, well, no, I usually do. I'm gonna grab another one. So I got a second thing of it, but I got like the smallest one they had, which was but it was still like 2.5, 2.3 pounds. Basically, I had like fucking, almost 6 pounds, 5.5, 6 pounds of fucking corned beef. Yeah, and I think I actually overboiled it because it still tasted good, especially with all the fat not melted away like last time.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna make a lot. Yeah, having the fat on there will make a huge difference.
Because one of the.
Oh shit! This is a losing match. No.
But yeah, it turned out well. Obviously I put in the carrots and all that shit. Overboiled that too, actually, the carrots and the cabbage. But still, like I said, it's corned beef, so still, even mildly fucking it up, it's still pretty goddamn good. But I actually ate all that shit over like 3 days. I ate like 5.5 pounds of fucking corned beef. With all the carrots and the fucking cabbage and all that shit, because I put a full head of cabbage in that thing, and that's always been one of my favorites. Corned beef has always been one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, corned beef is that's our like traditional Irish fucking meal every St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
That's our standard sort of like cheesy. We want to pretend we're Irish. It's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, we definitely do that for that. Obviously for St. Patrick's Day, but also I'll do it randomly. Yeah, like I said, it's the first time I tried to actually do it myself. And I thought, and I'm like, well, you can't really boil it, can you?
Yes, you fucking can.
Yeah. Found out that, yeah, you absolutely can. And what was fucking me up is the second piece I bought was like really fucking stiff. So that piece didn't seem to be done. So I kind of was boiling all of it, even though the other piece was fucking well overdone.
Yeah,
So that
I
kind of
had
fucked me up, too.
I
Like I
overboiled some. What cut is that? Bottom round, or maybe bottom round just doesn't boil well. One or the other, and it came out like so fucking chewy and tough and gross. It was just like.
Well, this one, it was, again, it wasn't bad, but it tasted like slightly watered down. I know that doesn't make sense really, but yeah, it was
Yeah, you gotta.
not as good as it usually is.
You can cook the flavor out of meat. I mean, that's how you make broth is you cook the flavor out of meat.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, like I said, it's still good, but not as good as it should have been. Yeah, I got to try that again next month, dude. Do it fucking right. I'm back to doing the bagel sandwiches too, getting cold cuts and cheese from the deli. Put the cream cheese on, regular cheddar or whatever cheese as well. Load it up with turkey and ham. Bagel sandwiches are good shit.
Bagel sandwiches are fucking bomb, dude. I don't completely eschew carbs, so like my breakfasts are always like a bowl of cereal or a bagel, like a nicely toasted bagel.
Yeah, dude, it's weird. For the longest time, dude, I associated cream cheese with cottage cheese for some fucking reason, and I don't like cottage cheese.
Yeah, you got to be careful. They're very drastically different.
Yeah. No, I remember it was when
cottage
I was
cheese on your bagel. It's gonna be pretty fucking gnarly.
Yeah. Well, no, just for some reason I thought cream cheese and cottage cheese were the same thing. Yeah, so I never ate cream cheese for the longest time, and then when I was working at the Catholic school here, as a daycare aide or whatever, I had tried it again. I'm like, well, fuck, dude, this is great. I love this shit. Cream cheese is awesome. You know what's actually really good? I think I've told you this before, but maybe not. Tuna with like cream cheese on a bagel.
Yeah, it's like smoked salmon.
Yeah, that's good too.
It was. I was saying it's the same sort of principle.
I've got a thing of crab meat, like a tin of crab meat. Same as like it comes in tuna fish or whatever.
Crab meat might be too sweet.
I've yet to do anything. I haven't done anything with it, so I'm trying to think of something to do with it. I'm
like
wondering if I do.
How much is it?
It's again like a regular tuna can.
Oh, that's not a lot of crab meat to do anything with, honestly.
Yeah, I'm thinking of trying. I'm wondering how it would work out with what I do with when I get salmon, like in a can like that, similar to a tuna can, but it's salmon. I would mix the cream cheese and use it as like like crackers. Maybe put it on crackers.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if that'll work with the crab.
That's not a bad idea. Cream cheese and crab on cracker, that'd be pretty tasty. I was thinking if you had enough crab meat, you could make like a crab cake and just, nom on that. But on tuna cans, you're going to get like maybe a tablespoon or two at most. Not a lot of crab meat.
Yeah. So I've got a bunch of cream cheese still, so I could definitely give that a shot. Just trying to make a little spread out of it.
That's not a bad idea. I bet.
Yeah. It works good with the salmon, dude. Like canned salmon mixed with the cream cheese is really good on crackers or whatever.
That probably wouldn't be half bad on a bagel.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. That would actually be pretty good on a bagel, too.
I was thinking the crab might be too sweet, but I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about the flavors. I think that would work.
Yeah, with the cream cheese, it might be okay.
You got me some pistachios.
But yeah, the Thomas's brand bagels, they had like a buy one get one free thing, so I had to get two.
Those are okay. Like they're good, but man, it just doesn't. quite stand up to like a real bagel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Plus, I love the ones that have like the cheese melted on top, or cheese and jalapenos, or kind of shit.
Yeah.
I don't really like any of the other variations, but yeah, the ones with the melted cheese on top or cheese and jalapenos are fantastic.
I like them all.
Yeah, no, for me it's either plain or the again cheese and or jalapenos, but any of the ones like with the little black seeds or any of the other shit, I just don't care for.
No, man, give me any bagel.
Yeah, although the ones like a raisin bagel, I'm sure is fine. Or,
Yeah, I like
that kind of
raisins. I like the everything bagels. I like the sesame bagels. Although the sesame seed bagels are just like fucking bagels that are plain with seeds on it. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. You know?
yeah. Sesame seeds don't have a huge amount of flavor to them.
I've had blueberry bagels; those were fucking delicious. Chocolate chip bagels I've had. Oh, that was a treat.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. But yeah, the ones you get even at like local grocery store deli, the fresh ones are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, there was this terrible restaurant I ordered from on Grubhub, which I canceled my fucking membership. I can't get food delivered anymore. I was like, I just keep buying sushi. I gotta fucking stop. This isn't gonna work. Because I mean, like if you buy like they do a deal where you buy like a bento box and you get like 3 rolls of sushi for like altogether it comes out to about $50. But then like if you order from Burger King or Taco Bell or anywhere else, it's $50 anyway. But I'm so like sushi is just my fucking jam, dude. Like I fucking love sushi.
Yeah.
So it becomes an issue of I start justifying ordering anything all the time.
Right. Starts adding up. Yeah, actually, the local grocery store here, they fucking actually have like an older Japanese couple that makes the sushi. So it's actually pretty good. For what you would think you're getting at a grocery store is not going to be all that great, but they actually have their own little fucking, their own little spot to make their fresh sushi.
Oh, this is hilarious. This is the wackiest fucking team. My whole team just fucking stayed back. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. Like I'm playing Ryan. I'm gonna switch because this is a fucking retarded team and that's not gonna work. But
playing Overwatch, everyone's part of a retarded team.
Like the standard thing there is just to push and go to the right and walk it through with the shield, and I did that, and they all just fucking stayed. Like I don't know what the fuck their point was. Like what was their plan?
To lose?
I mean, I guess.
You're like, fuck it. Let's not even try this time.
Isn't that just Overwatch in general? I think most people play it out of habit than anything else, so. Actually, I think most online games are played out of habit.
Yeah, this is really just something I play like kind of like because I'm not really.
Well, it's either this or some girly mobile game.
Oh, that fucking mobile game. I love how you fucking hate that. That shit's hilarious. You're like, no.
I hate it. Just visually, I'm like, this is not a game for adult men to be playing.
Yes, it is. It's just, it's super relaxing.
I mean, I suppose it's, I don't know. Maybe it's a game for old men.
Yeah, it's probably a girl game.
I'm just saying, just looking.
Yeah, I'm silver damage. This team's trash. I'm silver damaging at this point. I just stopped trying. That's not good. I don't understand why they keep going back and poking like that's going to fucking accomplish anything. Like, what's the purpose of going through? Oh, dude, that was a terrible fucking shot.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think we have a serious issue where like my DPS is not going after support enough. Yeah, because in Overwatch, like your primary target as DPS is can you kill their healers? Because no matter how much damage you can dish out, if you can't do any damage, like it doesn't fucking matter. You're not gonna win.
That was the worst heals I've ever seen.
Oh man, that was funny. I'm the only one that was on the point for any length of time. Oh, if you guys would excuse me for a minute, I gotta go hit the fucking bathroom. I will be back in a couple of minutes.
Take care.
All right.
I've been trying not to piss my pants for a while, and then Samaj finally came back, and I was like, ooh.
Golden opportunity. I had no idea. My job was just to take people in and out for going to the
Hey,
bathroom.
golden opportunity for the toilet to receive a golden shower. Ponder
I mean, that's one way of putting it, I suppose.
that one.
Anyway, you go off.
Yeah,
and
that
do
toilet is clearly asking for it.
Indeed, indeed. And then, I don't know why I'm thinking this. I should stop thinking this. I'm having bad thoughts. I noticed that. So I noticed that Stabby left the stream going, and he's showing Discord. And I'm like, I should stop having bad thoughts about putting up potentially risky images. Not that I would. I'm a good boy.
I feel the urge.
The urge is there. Like, why did he do this? Why did he do this? Oh well. It's not that I would ever do anything. I'm a good boy. I just have potential for awful, terrible things.
Yeah.
So how you doing? Hey, Clark?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, I guess. I've been going to the gym. My son finally got me back into going to the gym, so that's been going all right.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Mm.
How's it going? You all sore, or are you taking it easy?
Well, I spend generally half the time. I have to start with like either the hydro massage or the fucking massage chair thing because my back's too fucked up. Like I'm always like hurting. But yeah, the hydro massage thing works wonders. Well, actually, both of them do. But yeah, because I generally have to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes doing that before I can start working out. So I'm not getting a huge amount of time into working out because my son this whole time is, he starts with running and then do this fucking shit. But it's going all right. It's probably good, especially starting out again because, you can't do a whole lot when you first start because you really fuck yourself up. But yeah, the other day I managed to get at least the 20 minutes on the elliptical machine. That was good. That was only my second time in a half week since we've been going. That I got on the elliptical. The first time I was literally like, okay, I'm sure I can do 20 minutes. Because last time I was going to the gym, I was, I could easily do 45, 50 minutes. So I'm like, I should be able to do 20. I don't know, like 3 minutes into it, I'm like, I'll do 15. And then about 7 minutes into it, and I'm like, I think I'm going to stick with 10. So
Right.
the second time making it full 20 minutes was nice. A nice moral victory.
If you haven't been exercising for like a long period of time, I mean, yeah, you don't want to push yourself because you could really do damage if you did that. So no, that's fair enough.
Yo.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That, I usually build that up pretty quick. Like I'll be up to like 40 minutes within like a couple weeks. So that's one good thing. Is as difficult as it is to start, my endurance builds up really fucking quickly.
Damn it, Sebby came back before the pictures of half-naked women.
Oh, because I had the fucking Discord on display.
Yeah, I thought I'll just do a little slow, and then before you get back, I'll start posting like pictures I've done of like half-naked women.
Honestly, this channel's so small. I don't know that would be a big deal. Like, I don't think it would catch it. Like, I don't think, I'm sure there's something to scan for it, but I don't think anybody's watching.
Well,
I doubt anybody would bother to fucking complain. I mean,
somehow you're still able to catch Russian bots, so.
True, and I did get a bunch of strikes from fucking COVID misinformation, all of which is ironically proven to be true at this point.
Yeah, well, you have to remember that the people who do all the verification out there are usually people who have no idea of what they're talking about. Like the guy who created the mRNA vaccines. Like,
he actually said like you should not be using them. This is wrong.
Well, and not just that. I mean, his stuff gets flagged for misinformation, but the people doing the flagging are often people with no education whatsoever in these fields. Like it's next to impossible to have experts on these things.
Yeah, I had some kid claiming to be like a fucking studying virology, saying all sorts of random shit that made no goddamn sense. So I believe it. Like very, very much believe that shit. Goddamn.
Yeah, well, and it's like a lot of young people out there who claim to know everything know very little. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Whoops, well, that's not going to be...
Amber Alert. Here we go.
Thank you.
I don't suppose you guys heard all that.
No, I didn't hear any of that.
No, okay, good.
Somebody's,
Oh, well, here we got the...
fucking whore. I'm playing Mystery Heroes, and I just got rid of Ash because I'm terrible with Ash. And so it gave me fucking, what do you call it? The fucking sniper lady, and I'm like, God damn it. Like, I can't... Oh, no, you're going to kill me? Please kill me. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'll double check.
Well, hopefully whoever is missing is found and safe. Genuinely, like, it's really sad when, like, kids go missing and shit. That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, Ursa's a little OP right now. Her shields are just so fucking quick to recharge. Keep her from getting away from Ryan. That's always nice. Oh, we got 3 tanks? Jesus fucking Christ. Well, I'm going to keep my corner over here. Just be dumb to go advance with fucking Orisa. Oh, they got multiple Roadhogs. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, man.
Hey, sorry about that. I had to double check something.
No worries, man.
We got like an Amber Alert. It's that thing that tells you when someone's been kidnapped or something. Keep an eye out. So we had one of those,
hamster.
and I'm like, oh, I missed the alert. What was it? Like, do I have to pay attention? And it's like, it's in the next city over. Well, then why the fuck am I getting notifications for here?
Because maybe they think the person took them to a ways off or something, perhaps?
Maybe. Well, what happened was, it's like some
That's the only thing I can
woman,
think.
like some woman kidnapped her 2-year-old child. I'm like, oh, it's one of those. Okay.
Oh, so it's a dispute. So then it's like, well, I mean, is this the fucking woman, right?
So when that kind of stuff happens, I'm like, okay, all right, well. I mean, it's tragic and all, but I mean, seriously? Can't just put that on the news? But then I realized how little people actually read the news or watch the news. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess you kind of have to do an alert, really.
Yeah.
You're in California, so I guess the only alerts you get are for fires.
Yes. No, we get Amber Alerts. I don't have a real cell phone. Like, my phone's gonna get canceled because it's so fucking... It's on 3G still.
Oh, really? It's that bad, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
So you kind of have to, like, I have to go. I'm literally gonna have to go into a fucking store now, which sucks. Because I don't like going into stores. But I think I'm gonna actually upgrade to like a genuine, real smartphone.
Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't gotten one, eh?
Yep, I haven't had a smartphone yet. That'll be the first time I've ever gotten one.
Oh my god. Okay, boomer.
I literally, my flip phone I bought, Jesus Christ, it must be 10 years ago, maybe 12? And I've kept it so nice and it works. I've replaced the battery about 4 times. Because, that's how you do. And it's worked great. I've never had a problem. And it's been at most $20 every other month because I don't really use the phone a lot. Okay, they're watching that spot. I ain't going there. It's pretty chill.
Yep. Oh, sweet. I've been thinking I should probably go on Amazon and order what?
Oh, I just died. I was just like, oh, you gonna go on Amazon and order?
I'm gonna order a new cat collar for my cat, but it's gonna be one of those like black, not quite leather ones with the spurs on it, the little spikes coming out of it, those silverish ones. And mostly because my cat's been going out and he's been fighting and scrapping. The last time he was fighting, he came back with a fair bit of damage. A good chunk of skin was broken off from his face, and all that. Like, he looks pretty gnarly. Looks very scrappy. Every now and then I look at him, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't realize you had that scratch. Oh, you were missing fur from this area. So he got beaten up pretty bad last time. So, and what a lot of animals tend to do is they go for the neck a lot, and sure as shit, every time he comes back, he's either missing his collar, and around his neck area, he's all wet and from like spit and the slobber of other animals, probably other cats. But part of the reason why you get collars with the spurs on them, or the little spikes on them, is that because animals automatically go there, as soon as they hit metal of some sort, they back off. So it's a protection. It's the same thing with dogs. They have that same behavior as well. So they go for the neck 'cause it's the most accessible to the mouth. Like for the opposing animal's mouth. So that's part of the reason why they do it. So thinking I should order him one of those, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna get my package because part of the problem I'm having right now is that I ordered a package from the States, and that was like 3 weeks ago, and it should have been here by now. Like 2 weeks is the max time to wait. 3 is pretty bad, and every time I look up on the notifications on the tracking, it says it's still like it shipped from Newark, New York, and I'm like, okay, it's coming through New York, and it's been there for 3 weeks. It hasn't left the station for 3 weeks. So part of me was like, okay, is this that supply chain issues I keep hearing about?
Well, you mean that the trucks are on strike too, right? I mean, so it might be that too.
It could be that too, but yeah, but the trucker strike that's only been going on for the last 48 hours.
Oh,
so,
okay, my bad.
Yeah, so whatever is going on with everything else is also quite something. But you also have to remember, prior to that, there was another trucker issue, and that's the in Canada, our Prime Minister said that unvaccinated truck drivers can't cross the border. So in America, your guys' truck driver fought and won. So your truck drivers.
Well, the truck drivers didn't fight and win. The Supreme Court took away the mandate from everything except medical, which also should be relieved of the mandate as well. But they just apparently still wipe their ass with the Constitution on occasion.
Yeah, exactly. So they still that was fought and won. So the truck drivers are okay, but they can't enter Canada, which is a problem because if you're waiting for a shipment to come over, then it could be on any one of these trucks or something. Now, prior to that, there was also another incident with the trains. Predominantly, we always hear about the ones in LA, but there were also similar incidents with trains getting looted and all that in New York as well. So you see where I have some concerns.
Yeah.
And then I keep hearing that, it hasn't shipped. Well, is it that it hasn't shipped, or is it that it got robbed? And if it got robbed, then where's my package?
Yep. It's a good question.
And how come I haven't been notified yet? Unless they're still doing inventory to figure out what went missing and what didn't. I'm more than happy to take a refund. It's not a big deal. I can live with that. Because what I did is I just ordered a couple of Transformer toys that I'm like, because I like going on the hunt for them, but it's cold out and I don't want to travel, and a lot of the stores won't let me in because I'm not vaccinated. So I'm like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I thought, if I order it online, that'll
that's a good question. I wonder if I'll even be able to go into this store.
It depends on what store it is you're talking about, but yeah, for me, it's
cell phone store.
Oh yeah, they may let you in, they may not.
Yep.
I know my cell phone carrier won't let me in, so I'm like, I'm stuck outside. So if I got a grievance of some sort, I can't go there and voice it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of really big lawsuits about that fairly soon, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Because you can't just tell people that they're not allowed to access the daily necessities of life.
Yep.
Because, you need groceries.
Well, and see, there are certain businesses that were labeled essential, and those are like the Walmart and the big box stores. They were labeled essential because yet you still need to get food, like you said, which is a problem because a small business can do the exact same thing a big business can do. Because what does the big businesses do? They have hand sanitizer, and they provide masks, and they tell everyone social distance. Why can't a small business do that? They can totally do that, but that's not the point. It's all about control.
Every fucking buddy's McCree. That was so fucking OP. Oh my god. Oh god. Sorry. McCree has a stun thing. Well, all three McCrees came in and just stunned the shit out of everybody on the point. It was so unfair. God damn. I just
imagine everyone gets their alt going. It's high, new.
I'll keep you up. You just gotta fucking kill a McCree or two or four.
Are they still called McCree, or did they change the name yet?
Oh, they did. They did. I don't know why they changed it though. I was unclear as to why they wanted to.
So
I just call it McCree anyway. So do most people, honestly.
McCree was named after one of the co-founders of Blizzard, but the problem is that like Blizzard, some of the higher ups got kind of what's the way to call them, fucking scumbags, and one of the guys
Oh,
has
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, and one of the guys has what the everyone is called the Cosby Room, because he tends to bring up female employees, new hires, and all that kind of stuff. That just have one-on-one tutoring.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, and that's, if you haven't heard yet, that Activision Blizzard has been sold to Microsoft, and the reason is because the controversy is so big and so massive that they just can't get away from it.
So weird that all these people who are saying, like, you all are a bunch of sexist, terrible humans, so strange that all of those people would turn out to be incredibly fucking degenerate scumbag fuckos, you know? So fucking, I don't understand how that just doesn't make any sense, right? Like, why would all these people morally grandstanding constantly be like rapists and child molesters and junkies? Like, so I don't understand. It's so mysterious.
Let's just say I don't trust anyone that virtue signals. I think that they're trying to get people away from suspecting anything of them. So they just say, "Oh, yes, I'm so virtuous." I trust.
Oh, that tracer definitely has an aimbot.
And yeah.
Jumping around fast all over the place and just every shot's a hit, that's a fucking aimbot.
Yeah.
Usually I wouldn't say that, but goddamn. Yeah, it's sorry, you were saying, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
I'm just saying I don't trust anyone that's virtuous and say I'm this and that. No, I don't trust you. I don't care. There's not a single person that's that virtuous. That's part of the reason why I don't trust a lot of religious people. It's like because they're always on grandstanding and talk about how good and virtuous they are. It's like, yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that entirely. Same thing.
Press F to doubt.
Well, same thing with they talk about like homosexuality and all that kind of stuff. But it's like part of the problem with a lot of conservatives is a lot of them tend to come out gay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. I could probably hit it with a really like effeminate femboy, but that's about as far as I would go on that range there.
I wouldn't even do that for us.
But I wouldn't sit and fucking harass people about being gay, that's for sure.
Exactly. So like I say, if anyone's talking that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure that there's something else going on.
Oh yeah.
See that Doomfist is chilling. Dancing in the middle of the map.
He's like, fuck it, I'm out. You guys are dicks. I don't want nothing to do with you.
Did you guys? Oh, yeah, I'm unmuted. Did you guys see the whole G4 TV debacle?
How could you not? It's fucking everywhere.
It really is, dude.
That shit was hilarious. Did you see the tweet that went around by the girl? She's like, all right, everybody, try and roast me.
I mean, try?
And the guy said, like, oh, you're really pretty. And she's like, what? That's your roast? He's like, well, you said something you never heard before.
Dude, she was like, all right, I'll go on any of your shows, but I'm sure you guys are too scared to have me on it.
Oh, there's that tracer aimbot. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I imagine nobody wants her on their show. Like, she's just so fucking mindlessly aggressive.
A bunch of people were like, yeah, sure, come on my show. A bunch of them, like, ordering fucking, maybe not Clownfish TV, but, so a bunch of them did, dude. And the contact information she gave, the email, was non-existent, so everybody's messages just bounced back. And she was like, yeah, just talk to my agent. I'm like, fucking agent, fuck you. Like, you're not that fucking big, bitch. Yeah, and what was really funny is, dude, I don't know if either of you guys saw the segment that she was on, like, shortly before her whole fucking sexist rant.
That rant was bizarre.
That was incredibly misinformed. Yeah, it was incredibly misinformed and fucking just shit that was just, again, not true and not fucking, like, obviously she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. So I I kind of feel like initially she was trying to do that to get out in front of the criticism that was going to be coming her way for being
But
fucking
what criticism?
woefully
Like, nobody
misinformed.
even said anything. There's not even a guarantee that anybody would have said anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think she was
Like-
just worried about it. Because it was really bad, dude. I mean, like, she was saying shit like, oh, yeah, no, Xbox is going to totally destroy, Sony's dead man walking. And you're like, what?
Oh, that, okay. I
Fuck
thought you
are
were
you
talking about the
talking
whole
about?
ugly comment that she wasn't as attractive.
Yeah.
Because that rant thing blew my mind because I'm like, shouldn't you wait until somebody says something?
Right.
One of the
But no, this was, again, just the shit she said on the segment about video games was so fucking bizarre and
So
stupid.
she's not only
And again, just
dumb
totally
in that, like,
misinformed.
nobody said anything, but she's clearly, like,
Yeah,
bad at video games,
everybody's
too.
Like,
It's just like, she's just terrible at video games.
everybody's saying
general.
that she did that for attention. But I really think part of it was to try to draw attention away from the segment.
Sega, the terrible.
And more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think
Not
the whole
really,
sexist
because you've been
rant
breaking
was
out
to draw
like
attention
crazy.
away from it. Because again, I fucking hate Sony. I wish Sony was dead man walking, but it isn't the fucking case. It's a stupid thing to say. That the next year Sony's in big trouble. So yeah, she's just fucking retarded, dude. She's a stupid bitch.
Okay, now I gotta run because that was a real dick move. It is amazing how many people don't pay attention to the sides and the back in this game.
Oh, dude, do you guys remember G4 TV back in the day? Like, because her whole rant was like Olivia Munn and fucking I forget who other bitches was, but like,
Oh
they're
yeah,
not
we weren't here
fucking,
for your appreciation. Yes, they were.
And like,
There's mounds of
that's
video evidence to fucking say it too.
Chris Gore, he used to be on that show. He was on.
a scantily clad Olivia Munn.
So Chris
it
Gore,
was a big part of the marketing was having the hot chicks dress in fucking scantily clad clothing, dude.
I was saying that.
So it was an utterly.
Chris Gore, he used to be on the show. He was talking about like producers and all that. And he's like, the producers know exactly what they're doing when they're hiring these women. He knows exactly what they're doing. And it's not to say that they don't have like incidents or other stuff happening in there. I mean, he was talking about how yes, sometimes the women they need security to walk them out to their vehicle because sometimes they got some rabid fanboys that do sometimes so that can happen for sure. But I mean, like it comes with being any kind of celebrity, even if you're like a talk show host or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
even the guys get sometimes too. So
there's been evenings where when I worked at Safeway, I had to walk people out because like weird shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like just weird shit, and it wasn't anything particularly egregious or anything. Just like somebody picked a fight with somebody, and you got to walk them out to their fucking car, or some customer got a little aggressive for no reason. And then there was also like because that's just life. Sometimes weird shit happens, and the more you're exposed to it, like obviously, if you're on TV, the more opportunity there is for that weird shit to fucking go down.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it yet, but apparently there's some fucking footage of her like grabbing dudes and shit too. The fucking bitch.
Oh yeah.
The Frost, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, she used
I've heard
to be
doing some pretty inappropriate shit.
She used to be a League of Legends host of some sort. So it's not like she's an unknown in the video game world. But, I mean, the whole G4 stuff was not good. But the other thing that Chris Gore is also talking about, he's saying that pretty much everything is scripted. Like this whole that whole speech she gave, that was scripted. Somebody approved it at G4 and encouraged it to happen. And you could also tell when you saw like that
What the
other guy, I
fuck?
forget his name. I think it's Adam Sessler or whatever, who was like doing that big
Oh,
clapping stuff.
God.
Like that guy. That guy's a fucking loser.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. Yeah, he's a fucking douchebag too.
His show used to be X Play, and I'm like, yeah, okay, just stick to video game reviews. I don't care about your political views. That is like not even close
Yeah.
to important. I watch for video game
Yeah.
reviews. Just stick to that, and you'll be good.
Yeah, they can't fucking help themselves, dude. They're too fucking self-important, man.
Yeah, well, from what I heard, I mean, Adam Sessler, the guy doing all the clapping, he's had a real rough couple of years, which is another sign. If life isn't going your way, you tend to lash out in some way. You just need like the other. And so, if you're saying that your audience is sexist males or whatever, that gives you something to vent on.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yeah, it's not that you fucking suck. It's that males are sexist.
Yeah. Goddamn. Sexist motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what if that was actually planned. That's fucking nuts. Because again, they were just they
Okay,
just
that
bought
guy's
the shit
definitely
from,
cheating. All right. That's all I needed.
from whoever the fuck, whoever owned the G4 property.
Look at his fucking
So they're
reticle.
trying to relaunch it, and this is the fucking shittiest way to fucking relaunch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're fucked now.
Yeah, well, there were some fairly wealthy people who used to be fans of the show who bought the rights to air it and did all this. But unfortunately, yeah, things change and people can be, they could come off as really great, and then a few years later they can become complete douchebags for any number of reasons. I mean, like they say, you don't want to meet your heroes because you might not like what you see.
Okay, this is a weird round so far.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when Junkrat dies,
John Mulaney from a fucking wife. So apparently that's what she's been up to lately.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, John Mulaney left his wife for fucking Olivia Munn. Which is a good call. She's fucking hot. I don't know what his fucking wife looked like originally, but some Jewish chick from what I understand from his stand-up comedy.
Well, it could be.
Yeah.
It was, I think, like one of my favorite hosts. Again, because she was so fucking hot. Was Sarah
What the
Underwood?
fuck?
What?
Is this a team? So okay. So Diva literally stood in the middle of Junkrat's death mines and took no damage, which is fucking insane, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. And then, like you look at the reticles in the death cams when they're shooting, like all their reticles are fucking everywhere. Oh, that was so close. Like they're snapping all over the place. They don't make any sense. Like they're going like snap, 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 snap. But it's like the odds of a whole team doing that, that's fucking bizarre. Like that doesn't make any fucking sense.
You got a whole team of fucking cheaters.
Unfucking likely. If it was a team that was all like they went on it together. You can tell if they're like a group of people that grouped up and they're playing as a group, right? Yeah, like his thing where he just aimed up to the left there for no reason. You can tell if they're grouped together prior to playing the game. So like, I don't know. That was fucking bizarre. I think that was my last round though. I'm not going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
But it just didn't make any sense. Like it was real weird. If it was a team that grouped up and played together as a team and they were just like, hey, this is what we're doing, then yeah, obviously, they were all hacking together. That would make sense. But 6 completely unrelated people, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
See, I gotta report some spam out of the fucking thing. I mean, I don't know that it matters because like they're probably making these accounts faster than YouTube can like delete them. What's up, Zachary or whoever that is?
Whenever you see those like those letters or whatever with a .org or whatever else, that's like spam. That's an ad.
Yeah.
Those
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
people.
Obviously. Yeah.
One of the ones that's gonna jack your fucking
personal information kind of thing. I think that's what it's phishing for.
yeah.
Oh, I worked with somebody that fell for one of those phishing scams, man. Sorry about that. I had to move my actual keyboard out. And I didn't want to make a bunch of noise on the mic. She had just moved, right? Like so she moved out of a place, moved into a new place. And she owed PG&E a little bit of money. And for some reason, their pay system had been down for a while. And so she was like, "Oh, I gotta get this in. I'm just waiting for the pay thing to come up so I can pay them off, and because I'm in a new place and I gotta activate my service." And what do you call it? They called and she thought it was actually PG&E, even though that's just not how they work. So the guy took her credit card number over the thing and pretended he was paying her bill and went and charged like 4 big purchases at like some sort of random big box store, like Target or some shit. I forget which one it was. And she managed to get in ahead of it and report it before it cost her any actual money. Like she reported the thing. The guy got in trouble. So it worked out in the end, but it was just one of those things where it's like, damn, I didn't think anybody even fell for that shit.
Well, plenty of people fall for it.
It's like the FBI calling, "Oh yeah, we're gonna come arrest you if you don't pay us some money." Like, I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, none of that works.
Can you imagine if the FBI did that? Like, how low their arrest rate would be?
Well, I think the FBI are too busy like falsely imprisoning journalists right now.
Oh, are they
Or
imprisoning
trying to get
journalists?
But didn't you hear about that with Project Veritas?
Oh, that's not fucking okay. No. That's way over the fucking line. What
sorry,
the fuck are
I
they
should probably
doing?
I should probably correct myself. It's not that they arrested him. Well, they did arrest him, but they also took his private information, like his computers, his cell phones. And what was really scummy is that apparently the information that Project Veritas had been collecting about future stories, they leaked that to MSNBC, and they started publishing Project Veritas' stories.
Oh, dude, what the fuck?
I'm surprised you haven't heard about
that
this.
right there is grab a rifle situation, man. That's not acceptable at all.
Now, obviously,
what was their excuse to go after them?
Apparently, someone had come to Project Veritas, which claiming to have one of Biden's daughter's private diary that had all this various different sensitive information. And
that's
gave
not grounds for the FBI to go in and arrest anybody.
Right, but that was their grounds for saying, like, because it was private, like...
they need more than just somebody saying that. They'd have to have some sort of actual verification. That's fucking disturbing.
And Project Veritas never published the information because they had no way of verifying if it was true or not. So it's like, yeah, we're not going to publish this because
the other thing is, as a news organization, you're going to be handed all sorts of stuff. Yep. Just because somebody hands you something that was a private document from somebody else doesn't mean that you did anything illegal or that they have any justification for sending in any sort of authority.
Yep. So,
wow.
This is old news. This was like a month or so ago.
I assume there's a big lawsuit going then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and see, that's the other thing. Like, how can you just take their information, which they have, like, you know, that's privileged information that clients give to them under anonymously, and well, not anonymously, but like they give you their information so that way you can confirm.
Yeah, it's not that they give it anonymous; it's that the press are under no legal obligation to turn over their sources ever.
exactly.
Like, unless
But
specifically ordered by a judge because it's like a matter of impending harm.
exactly. So they have all this information, or at least they had the diary, and then that was grounds to send the FBI in, and not just that. I mean, they come to James's apartment, and then like with guns drawn and everything. You know, as soon as he opens up the door, they grab him and like put him against the wall. They go into his home and all that, and grab his computer, his cell phone, all his information. And it's the fact that all the information that they had was leaked to a different news outlet, and not to mention within 24 hours, MSNBC actually called James O'Keefe and asked for an interview about the whole thing, which is also kind of strange.
Wow, that's fucking gross.
Like,
We're gonna take your
look,
information and start publishing stories on it, but we're not gonna and then we want to interview. Oh wow, that's
well, and see, and that's just it. Like when the raid happened, it's not like it was on the news. No one had heard about it. How did
How did they fucking know already to be asking for a fucking interview?
So, like, where did they get this information? Where did they get any of this information? So it's hard to say. And so, like, there's a lot of things that are left unanswered.
yeah.
And obviously he's suing because you can't just do that, especially if you didn't publish anything. So none of it made any sense. So yeah, that's an ongoing thing. He's also was filed for discovery because he's currently in court going to I think it's the New York Times trying to get some information. So like that, there's a lot of lawsuits going on right now, and he's pretty much winning every one he's doing so far. And he's probably going to win against one with the FBI.
Oh yeah, I'd be shocked if he didn't win. Although that's still a huge fucking problem.
Well, yeah, I mean, the government doesn't like what you have to say, so we're going to stick the FBI on you. Like, yeah.
I'm amazed that. Oh, you know what? I'm not amazed that that's not.
Yeah, I was going to say, really?
Well, and that's just the journalist side of things. I mean, the other thing that's really upsetting is that the FBI was also sicked on parents for going to parent for all those like meetings where parents can voice their concern about critical race theory and all that. So it's like, okay, so if you go there, you're going to like just to observe and voice your opinion. You could potentially have the FBI sicked on you just to go there and voice your concern as a concerned parent.
Wow, that's really creepy and scary.
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, the FBI as it is, and the fact the FBI didn't put up a complaint, they didn't say we're not going to do this. No, they didn't have any principled position. They say absolutely we will do this. We will go after parents and we will go after journalists. That's not the job of the FBI. That's not even close to their job, but they're doing it. And so,
going after parents who complain about schools that's absolutely unacceptable.
And going after journalists. So as far as I'm concerned, like the FBI needs to be disbanded. Everyone in there needs to be brought in for like questioning and potentially investigation for corruption.
Well, if the Republicans ever manage to figure out the voter fraud and get back into office, they can pretend they're going to do something about it. I would agree they should disband the FBI. The FBI should have been disbanded years ago, along with the CIA and the NSA and several other alphabet agencies that don't really belong at all in the way our government is supposed to function. So that's just so fucking disturbing.
I'm amazed you haven't heard about any of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, but hey, there you go.
Well, if you get a chance, I'd say go to Project Veritas's YouTube channel, which is also, I'm surprised, is still up and running. Yeah, go up to them and watch the last, couple of videos they've been doing. It's quite something.
Man.
The other thing that they did, the other one they did recently was about like the vaccine, and turns out that because you're supposed to dilute the vaccine a certain amount before you give it to children. Well, apparently some mistakes were made, and some kids weren't given any vaccine at all. They were actually given saline solution. So kids they think are vaccinated are not getting vaccinated.
I wonder if it was somebody who has a genuine understanding of how bad those are for you.
No. What
and was like, man, if I just give these kids saline shots, they're going to live so much longer and happier lives.
Well, what it seems like it happened is that it was a nurse who it's a nurse who's like a full practitioner and all that stuff. And what they're doing is to do all this, they outsourced a lot of the work to some other companies and some other businesses. And it turns out they weren't hiring qualified people to do the job. You were literally hiring people who are like maybe like nursing students or even at that. But they, for the most part, they couldn't verify if these people are even trained professionals. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, essentially, and they're the ones giving out the vaccine to kids.
Like hiring me to do it. Like I got no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I mean, I try to do a good job, but fucking who knows, right?
And what's particularly scary is because now that it's been like approved for kids, they're trying to push it so they can give vaccines to babies.
Dude, what the fuck?
They're not going to stop. They want to keep this going.
Well, they got they're trying to come up with an Omicron vaccine now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
But they're trying to cover all their bases because once it's universally approved, then you essentially have like a legal protection if anything goes wrong. So
yeah, well, I mean, they already had the you can't sue us thing, right? I mean,
Project Warp Speed.
Yeah, but, I mean, so if you can't sue them, if already, people, like, what more protection do they need, right? I mean,
well, if enough people have negative effects or negative, I forget the words here, but if they have bad experiences, there are things that you can do, like you can sue the government, and the government can potentially rescind all those protections, and then you could get some effects done to them, and that would essentially they would go bankrupt or whatever.
Well, the government set aside a shitload of money to pay out for adverse side effects from the vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
So the government's footing the bill instead of suing the fucking company.
Yeah, and it might work, it might not. So we will see.
Damn. That's so fucked up. The babies don't need that. They get their immunities by drinking breast milk. Mm-hmm. That's part of why you should always breastfeed your child if you can. If there's not a genuine concern about breastfeeding, you have to use formula, because a lot of the mother's antibodies are taken up by the infant that way.
Yep. Well, and pregnant women, if you've had your vaccine, you can't donate breast milk. So that's something to keep in mind. So it's like you gotta learn the warning signs. Like, well, first of all, if you've been vaccinated, you can't donate blood. Okay, so that's going to be a problem for people who need blood. Second of all, you can't donate breast milk. So I mean, that's a problem if you want
forever.
I don't know. No, because you have to remember that a lot of this is unknown. We don't know what the long-term effects are, which is part of the reason why you can't donate blood. Because
and it's part of the reason why we're three people who are like, pass.
Yeah. Well, see, that's just it. If something is so new, you need to be careful when you introduce it to the general public. But we didn't be careful. We just en masse said take it, and we're using it as a one-size-fits-all thing, even though that's not true. The population needs multiple different ways of dealing with something. One being monoclonal antibodies, which of course the government is fighting against, which doesn't look good as far as I'm concerned. If you want to...
Monoclonal antibodies have been proven to function better than any other possible treatment. Like, nobody who's had monoclonal antibodies has ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, but unfortunately, that's not how it works, and not to mention the government, because Florida has been using it as a treatment throughout the whole pandemic, and the government has then halted the mass amount of monoclonal antibodies to Florida, because it used to be like you get a certain amount, and then it depends on how much you order, and then the government has stepped in and says, oh no, you can't have this many monoclonal antibodies, you can only have 10% of what you used to get before, which is not okay. So then Florida, like Ron DeSantis is talking about, manufacturing them in Florida.
Good.
He's going to allocate money so that way they can do it themselves, which is like fantastic. Like, God bless Ron DeSantis. I mean, this guy's a fucking savage. He's like, I can't have it.
Genuinely, I hope he runs for president soon, because I would absolutely vote for him. And I think he would get a massive, massive following, because he's just a plain talking, nice guy. You know how and I could be wrong. He could be a terrible person behind closed doors. But you know how, like, politicians, when they're doing speeches, they do that, like, voice style of speaking kind of thing that's all funky and weird. It doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that. He just talks. Like, to me, that's kind of a step up, because it's like, he's not making, like, weird orations that don't make any goddamn sense.
Kind of like the opposite of Newsom.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Gavin Newsom's an awful, awful excuse for a human being. Yeah, everyone hates Gavin Newsom, so I'm not breaking new ground there.
True. Yeah. He's so eminently hateable, though. It'd be hard not to.
Yeah, it's hard not to hate the guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, he wouldn't talk bad about gangs. You're not to use gang pejoratively. That's the point of gang. It is a pejorative term because, by definition, people in gangs are fucking awful.
Exactly.
Like, it's not even a question of, like,
Yeah, it's bizarre.
I swear to God, if you listen to Gavin Newsom and then listen to a video of Justin Trudeau, they're like the exact same person. I'm not joking. They even have the same.
That's very believable.
They have the exact same body type. They talk very much the same way. They're like the exact same person. The only difference is that they look a little different. They sound a bit different, but I swear, I would believe you if you told me they were clones.
Yeah. I saw the most sinister thing that was, like, believable. Is that there's a group of people behind the scenes that are behind this whole thing, and their goal is to step in after people finally to just fucking have had enough and just exterminate their governments. This group of people wants to step in as the new saviors and the new government for the entire world.
The Order Out of Chaos. Plan. Yeah, Order Out of Chaos methods. I've heard about that.
If any of them are out there and they're listening, that's a terrible plan, and that's not going to work out the way you think it is. Because a bunch of people fresh from a revolution who are being told by a big group of people that they're willing to be the ruling class is going to go real fucking bad for the ruling class that thinks they're going to be that person. Yeah. they're going to be killed real fucking quick. Suspicious.
Yeah,
You'd be like, they're going to be like, oh, well, I still got half a clip. Let's take care of this now. Like, clearly, you've not thought this one through. So I don't know if that's real or not. I mean, obviously, it sounds kind of out there to me, because that would be just a terror. Like, if you're smart enough to be able to organize like that sort of level of disaster, I would hope, be smart enough to realize that that's just not how that's going to play out. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Just based on human nature. Yeah. Generally, the people who lead the revolution are the ones who take over. That just seems to be 100% of the time historically.
Yeah, I mean, how long has the fucking evidence shown that the fucking COVID response has not fucking, like, been necessary for what, a year and a half now, 2 years almost?
Yeah,
and they're still fucking at it, dude. It's fucking bizarre, dude.
Well, and the weird thing about that is,
I guess it's not. It's about fucking control and making.
Well, it's obviously it's all about control and making a fuck ton of money for those companies that are making the pharmaceutical companies, because all the politicians have their fingers in that pot. They've all got investments. Even Fauci has invested in several of those companies that are making the or in a couple of the companies that are making the so-called vaccines. That's the only reason that they're pushing them so far, is because there's money involved.
Yeah, Fauci's got such fucking blatant conflict of interest shit going on, dude. It's fucked up, man.
Well, and everything Fauci's ever said has been wrong. And he's openly lied on multiple occasions. You know, like,
Yeah.
well, I lied to you for your own good. I don't fucking care why you lied.
Fucking asshole.
You lied is the problem.
Like when Rand Paul is going after him, he's fucking acting like Rand Paul's the asshole. You know what I mean? It's fucking.
Well, and then the cunt that runs those speech sessions is always coming down on his side too.
Well, and I think it's also because they know the narrative's switched, and they need to, distract people and make it seem like, oh yeah, well, I'm being bullied because they're looking for a scapegoat to take power. It's all the Republicans trying to take over everything. Probably a lot of that going on.
Yeah,
but
Fauci, I imagine.
I imagine Fauci at this point, he's essentially fighting for his life which is part of the reason why he's being as passionate as he is, because like if
he funded the creation of COVID-19. Yeah, that's a big problem.
And the fact that he's also pushing these vaccines, he's making tons of money off of them, and the fact that like a lot of these vaccines are not very good for people's health, and so in the long term, he's going to have to suffer. He's probably going to be given the death penalty. Like he knows he's going to die, and so he's for him at this point. Yeah, he's fighting for his life. Of course,
nothing's going to happen to him, dude.
No, he's going to walk away with everything.
It absolutely
Biden will probably write him a pardon as he's walking out of there.
He's probably going to push for a pardon before the end of next year or before the end of this year. Because remember, like the primaries are coming in there, and the Republicans take the House and do everything. Yeah, he's probably going to get in a lot of trouble, and he still might, even if he gets passed and nothing ever happens to him. I'm pretty sure people are, because at this point people are they're fed up. They're done with him. They want to see some accountability, and there's none coming from him, so they're probably going to push it one way or the other. I think he's going to get. I think. I
hope you're right. I genuinely hope you're right. I fear that you're wrong, sadly.
Oh yeah, I mean they're going to do what they can, but people like you have to remember that in a couple of years from now, there could be massive negative effects from the vaccine. And people are going to be upset, and maybe they can't get the people who push the vaccines. Like they can't get like Pfizer and all that. Maybe they can't get them. Maybe they have a way of getting away scot-free. But you can get the politicians who pushed it. You can get the medical people, and that's the thing about like I hear about like Dr. Fauci, and here in Canada we have all our health experts and all that. They're useful idiots. Like they're not thinking in the long term. They're not thinking what could happen in like 2 or 3 years from now. They're thinking here and now because they're making millions, mega millions off of this and all the conflict of interest. And they're thinking worst case scenario, maybe they have to give the money back. Maybe they have to go to jail. If
the vaccines do enough damage, I don't think the legal ramifications are what the people who run the pharmaceutical companies should be worried about.
Maybe. I don't know.
I genuinely think that they should probably be hiring bodyguards if that's the case.
Well, I think
not because I'll do anything or that I advocate anything. I just think if there's enough people that took them and they have really, really serious effects in 2 or 3 years, that's a lot of fucking people. There's going to be some psychos in there, and there's going to be some people who are like military trained and psychotic. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. I really, really genuinely.
It's either happened to them or it's happened to fucking family members or whatever, dude.
Grandma got killed, and now you're going to take your military skills and go put it right. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, you're going to identify who's responsible and take care of the problem.
Well, like the other thing could always be is like there'll be a big trial, there'll be a big fuss over it. He won't be given the death penalty. It'll be life in prison, but it'll be like a gilded cage or whatever. It'll be like he might be in prison, but he'll be like house arrest. And he's not really like he's under house arrest.
Have you seen some of the shit that exists? Federal prisons? Federal prisons are fucking nice, dude.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Well, and that's
fucking like Olympic swimming pools and fucking tennis courts and shit. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, and that's probably what's going to happen. And he'll look at like a retirement. So like the goal is like if you can get him on the death penalty, then that'd be something. Otherwise, he has a pretty sweet retirement coming up. So, and you also have to remember Fauci, like he may all of a sudden like send all his money off somewhere, because you have to remember we was also discovered he is the most well-paid what's the term for someone who works for the government? Civil servant. Yeah, he's the most well-paid civil servant. He makes more money than the president. He makes more. He's the most money in anyone in government right now. So he makes tons of money.
More than Nick Saban?
Probably. I mean, Fauci makes.
I'm kidding, dude.
Fauci makes tons of money, and so do you really think he wants to give it up? Do you really think he says, "Oh yeah, we can end our lockdowns"? Look how much fucking money that guy's making. Of course, he doesn't want the lockdowns to end. In fact, it's the same thing if you look at anyone in the health industry or whatever. Like if you look at our ministers of here in Canada, we have like a different health people working in for every province, and we're finding out that each and every one has family members that works for the big pharmaceutical companies. Like there was the one I know. I think it was Dina Henshaw, and her brother works for Moderna. How rich is that guy now? Her brother. And you really think he's not gonna, like maybe not give her money, but maybe give her a nice gift? Like, oh, how would you like a trip to to Hawaii? How about a trip to the fucking Caribbean?
Oh, I'd be surprised if those people don't also have stocks in all those companies.
Absolutely, they do. I guarantee you, they got stocks.
That's where the big money comes from. Is they put in like a few $100,000 in investments, knowing that they by their decisions the stock's going to triple, quadruple, quintuple in value. They're going to make easily 5, 6, 7, 10 times that amount of money.
Yeah,
that's why insider trading, which is what they're doing, all of them, should be illegal for people in Congress, but it isn't. I don't know if it's the same in Canada, because I don't know Canada's laws nearly.
I don't know either about that regard, because that's interesting to know.
Yeah, so in the U.S., Congress can be invested whatever the fuck they want. It doesn't matter. They're not. It's totally fine for them to be invested in companies, knowing full well all the information that they have. It's so ridiculous. It's one of the more sickening things about our government.
Yeah,
and one that a lot of people don't know is that you as a citizen, if you engage in insider trading, you can go to prison like Martha Stewart did. Them, because they're a Congress member, can do it all they want with absolutely zero consequences.
Yeah, how do you think fucking Pelosi got so fucking rich?
That's why. How do you think they all got rich? Like 80% of sitting Congress is millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I mean, again, a vast majority of them are pretty decently wealthy when they go in, but they get obscenely wealthy very fucking quickly.
Yep. Well, can't trust the government. Can't trust your health experts. If anything, I hope a lot of people will wake up to this stuff. I mean, a lot of us, we just live our lives and we think about corruption in government. Yeah, okay, what else is new? And then all we focus on is paying our bills and doing it. We don't pay attention to a lot of the wider stuff going on. But now you are, because, well, I mean, a lot of times you were stuck home, couldn't leave your house. What else is there to do? And now everyone knows about all this corruption. Everyone knows about it, and it's going to be a big deal, because I've also heard about there's a lot of talk about the Nuremberg Code. And all that happening. I don't know much about it myself. I know it involved World War II and what they were doing with the Nazis afterwards. So, yee.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. What do you think? You think all these big people should be given the death penalty?
If it's proven that they understood what's been going on and did it anyway, absolutely.
Well, I guarantee you Fauci knew what was going on. He didn't care. Not to mention hearing about what he did to the dogs. Oh, yeah, that pissed me off.
Oh, yeah. All those. There was more than just the dogs, too. There was a whole bunch of other shit that was going on there.
Oh, then there was the monkeys. Oh, that breaks my heart. I don't even care about monkeys, and that fucking bothers me.
Yeah, there were so many things they did that were just so gross. I saw a thing where this lady was trying to get that stuff shut down, and she the only way she could get anybody to pay attention was by changing it to like in all the documents to Fauci Island instead of the actual name of the island where all that shit was going on.
She called it the Fauci Island. I like that. I like that. Now his name will be associated with everything evil.
Yep, I thought that was hilarious.
Can you imagine, like there'll be like movies in the future talking about Fauci Island, the sick depraved stuff.
Yep, probably. This is going to be one of those what do you call it? Things that movies are made about for like decades to come.
Or like the island of Dr. Monroe. They'll be fucking like half human, half animal breed people roaming. It'll be all beagles and monkeys. Oh fuck that! This would be a horror show. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing is pretty gross.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah, a lot of normies seem to be waking up to it, so that's kind of encouraging. But yeah, I don't know. Still got to be some action taken, I think.
It would be nice to have someone actually care about what's going on. I mean, they might. You never know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that whole thing is just fucked up. Oh, on a less fucked up note, if we can, because it's kind of getting dark here. Have any of you seen Peacemaker?
Yes. Fucking love that show.
I have not.
It is absolutely hilarious, and it works because John Cena, who is the main character of the thing, I don't know if you watched. Did you see the second Suicide Squad, Day-Twa?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so the Peacemaker is a character from that movie. He wears this giant, ridiculous, retarded-looking silver helmet. But he's basically just like a guy that goes out and like shoots and kills people. And so the show is basically him after Suicide Squad, and he gets caught up in another mission where he's working with a small group of people to go after the butterflies, which are little bug-like aliens that live in people's heads. I'm not saying anything that hasn't already been shown in the fucking show.
Larry, don't talk about the butterflies.
What? It's already been shown in the show, dude. It's already out.
Hasn't seen it. Well,
That's
only
fine,
if you watch
dude.
the show. You call a spoiler, you son of a bitch.
That is one of the most basic pretenses of the show, and it's, if I believe it, it's in the fucking description.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not upset about it, dude. So go ahead.
Oh,
That's
you're an
okay.
adult. Good to know. Good to
on your
know.
behalf.
But yeah, it's great, and it works because John Cena is playing a completely unlikable asshole, which is like not even acting. So it's pretty fucking sweet. It's a pretty sweet deal. Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Where's that? What is that on? Like, is it a streaming service or is it on TV?
I believe it's on Disney Plus or something, or HBO or something. If you want, I can send Max. You. I can post a link on my Discord that just has like a free site to watch it on.
It's a totally legal way of watching it. Absolutely great legal way of watching it. Everyone should go subscribe to HBO Max.
Yes, subscribe to HBO Max, and then watch it on Movies 1, 2, 3.
Oh fuck, dude! What is the other show? I think it's a Marvel one. Where it's I keep seeing ads for it. Where it's some I don't know, Kingpin chick. that they're like the ads I see, like she's being like she finally got arrested for some crimes or whatever, but she's got all kinds of shit to set up to kind of fuck shit up while she's being arrested. You guys know what I'm talking about at all, or no?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I did watch
like,
the.
what it sounds like.
Oh, go ahead.
It's it's some chick, and basically the chick that actually finally, because again she'd obviously been doing shit for years and years, is basically she's trying to recruit the chick that actually like ended up getting her arrested, and is trying to get her to essentially work for her. It actually sounds kind of interesting, so I'm wondering if it's actually going to be any good. I really wish I knew that bothered to pay attention to what the name was. That would probably be helpful.
Probably.
God damn it. This is gonna fucking bug me now.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, Peacemaker is a lot of fun. There's a fair bit of nudity and decent violence and everything. It's really good. But it is written and directed by James Gunn, so go figure. He also did The Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy, so. And like everyone loves Guardians of the Galaxy. Pretty much everyone loves Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Guardians is generally like beloved, I would say. One of the more popular series out there.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good.
There's that one with the Avengers guy, the Archer, and the girl who.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, I think it's called Hawkeye, right? Where the girl goes out and finds his old costume from when he was just a bad motherfucker who killed everybody that he thought was evil.
Yeah, no one talks about Hawkeye.
I enjoyed that show. That was actually kind of fun. But genuinely, I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to find it. Just like if you're bored and you have some time and you got nothing else to do, it's worth a watch. Like it's not so terrible that you'll hate yourself for watching it, but it's not great. There was some funny lines in there. Yeah, what other superhero stuff is out there?
Spider-Man.
That was a fun movie. I mean, it wasn't again, it wasn't great. It was all right. Although at this point, anything that's all right is considered like amazing.
Kind of. I mean, it's the most popular Marvel movie out of the year. It's made a huge amount of money. And Sony seems to be knocking it out of the park with Spider-Man. Although I did watch it, and it was okay. I wasn't blown away by it. I thought I'd be more excited to see the other Spider-Man characters, but I kind of wasn't. I was actually more thrilled and excited to see the villains than anything else.
Who?
The villains in Spider-Man?
Yeah, that was kind of fun watching all those different villains together.
Yes, I had.
That was actually more enjoyable. You're right. I didn't really think about it, but now that I'm thinking about it, what you said, it's like, yeah, that was a lot more fun than actually the Spider-Mans.
I mean, and it should have. Yeah, it should have been. It should have been the other way around. Although, to be fair, I think Tobey Maguire, it felt like he was phoning it in. It didn't really like. I liked him there in the other Spider-Man movies, but in this one, it seemed like it's just a paycheck.
Well, yeah, he did Spider-Man, 20 years ago almost? 10 years ago? It was a long fucking time.
Yeah, his performance was not the greatest. I thought I would like him a lot more, but nah, man. Nah, it's either... Well, also, like, he hasn't been acting in a long time. He kind of gave up. And then
yeah, 2002, so almost 20 years ago. Yeah.
And you would think, okay, he's like early. Well, no, he's actually more like in his like late 40s right now. But you would think he'd be a little bit more excited because like you look at someone like Robert Downey Jr. and when he was in the last couple of Iron Man movies, he's in his 50s, he's still spry. He's excited. He's got lots of energy.
Well, he may enjoy acting. Tobey Maguire may just not enjoy the work. And have enough money that he can just retire at 40 years old and go do whatever the fuck he wants. And he's just not real interested, but they just offered him enough money that he was like, well, I guess, for that kind of fucking money, I guess I'll go back and do it again. Or he just felt obligated and didn't want to, or he just got so sick and tired of the internet shitting on him for the fucking, the dancing thing that he did or whatever.
Yes,
the original Venom shit.
Yeah,
oh, man,
that was. I hate that the
gross.
people shit on him for that, because genuinely that had nothing to do with him. He didn't write that scene. He didn't decide how it was going to go. He just played the character. It's not like he decided to come up with this ridiculously terrible version of Venom. He just is the guy that's stuck playing that role.
Right.
It's like the people in Twilight. They're not terrible fucking people. They're not terrible actors. They just got stuck playing terrible fucking roles, for a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's some debate on the chick. Some people really hate her. I don't find her that bad. I don't think she's a great actress. I just don't think she's terrible.
Well, shit, they're gonna do a Secret Invasion? Fucking, is that a movie or a fucking show?
I think that was supposed to be a show. Also, don't take what you see on there with any real
guarantee.
Because a lot of these shows,
it's subject to change.
Well, if you haven't heard by now, there are two things in the works right now. There's a Camilla Khan Miss Marvel Disney Plus show, and then there's that other Doctor Strange movie, the Multiverse of Madness, which I'm excited for because Sam Raimi, the guy who did the original Spider-Man movies, that's the movie he's working on. But it was recently announced that they're going through heavy reshoots, and when I say heavy reshoots, I mean extensive. They're almost reshooting half of the entire movie. And we've discovered recently that part of the reason for that is because Wanda, from WandaVision and the other Avengers movies, essentially, from what we've heard, it's the Multiverse of Madness movie is her movie. She takes over as lead, which is why it's a Doctor Strange movie. Why are you making him? Why are you sidelighting him? So there's that. But the Camilla Khan one. The Camilla Khan one is the one I'm most interested in because no one's going to be happy with the reshoots. Because, Camilla Khan, they've been trying to sell her for quite a while. She's the lead character in that big budget Avengers video game that came out not too long ago. That everyone.
I didn't even know there was one.
It was because everyone was excited. An Avengers video game done by Square Enix. Oh, this is going to be fucking awesome. But the game is awful because all the writing was done by the Marvel people, and Camilla Khan was the main character, and nobody liked her. To explain her powers, she's an Inhuman, so it's kind of like a kind of.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but her powers is what is called embiggen, and certain body parts of her she can make larger and stretch out, kind of like Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, except she can't stretch out that far. And what she mostly does is make her hands or her feet really big, so that way she can kick hard and punch hard. But just
which makes no fucking sense. That's not how that would work in real physics at all.
And not to mention, it's ugly. If you're talking about women and what they like to look good. They like to look pretty.
Small hands, small feet are generally considered more attractive. Yes,
exactly. And so here's a power that actively makes her ugly. And nobody likes it.
If her superpower was her titties got real big and just knocked people all over the place, and she was a sassy black lady, everybody'd be in. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Well, part of the problem with that is she's 15, and just so you know, a 15-year-old girl, if she had the power to actually do it, she probably would do that. She probably would give herself giant tits. Why wouldn't she?
Well, but as part of combat, that would be hilarious. You know what I mean? They missed an opportunity to really spoof the shit up.
Yeah,
but don't take away the hands and feet thing. Just add the titty thing and the butt thing, and
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you're gonna do that for like an underage kid, obviously that creates a lot of
Well,
controversy.
you're obviously going to make it not an underage kid. I clearly you're going to have to retcon some shit. You know.
Obviously, that's how you would do it, but it's already too late. They already did that. But here's the thing: so they're doing these reshoots.
No.
For,
You open the movie on her 18th birthday.
okay, there you go. So the show, like, they have the show going, and we know they're doing reshoots, and they've announced that her powers are actually not going to be embiggen. It's that she's actually going to have mystical, magical powers. So yes, she's going to have giant hands, but they're like magical crystal hands that they're like an exoskeleton. So like her hands don't get big. She just has like these crystal magic hands that punch people and stuff. So it's the same thing, but it's magic. Here's the thing, though. Camilla Khan is a Muslim, and this whole magic stuff goes against the religion.
Yeah,
This is going to be
drastically.
This is going to piss off a lot of Muslims, and she's supposed to be the big Muslim superhero that they can be proud of. And now we know, you're going to give her magic. That's contradiction. That ain't going to be good. But they've already committed to that because they can't do the embiggen stuff. Nobody likes it. And to make it sell, you have to have something else. They're going to have this shiny, mystical, magical power, which goes against the religion. So now it's going to be, sacrilegious.
Yeah.
So no one's going to be happy.
Should be entertaining to watch.
Well,
I was going to say, it's starting to get late. We should probably call it a day.
Probably. I can go on. Well, I can't go on any longer. I'm pretty much done.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm interested. We got to call it a day.
No problem.
Yeah, I got to leave to pick up my son from work in about 20 minutes. So,
yeah,
it's getting down to it.
So thank you, everybody, for stopping by.
Take care.
Yeah, nobody stopped by.